Welcome, everybody, to the Hippy Dippy Championship Rumble. I welcome you all here. Some of you are returning guests. Some of you are being in the Rumble for the first time ever. This is the third ever Rumble. As everybody knows, last week was the Hippy Dippy Championship, where we had an undercard that was quite interesting and spawned a discourse in and of itself, and a main event, which, of course, as with every Hippy Dippy Championship, controversy followed, with Haas being awarded the first ever Hippy Dippy Championship loser's belt, which he proudly displayed on stream. Now, let me tell you guys the stakes of today's event, because most of you have been left in the dark for a lot of the details. That was purposeful. I wanted everyone to be on an even playing field when it came to having as little information as possible. I want my own little Squid Game where I can sit here and watch everybody scramble to get the tiny bit of relevance that could come with a victory tonight. The tiny little bit, the tiny little pig full of like little cashy dollary doos in the top of it. In the top of it. Little dollary doos. So, here's the stakes for tonight. We are officially making a Hippy Dippy ranking system. What is that? Basically, you know, have any of you ever like been in the boxing or anything like that? Well, there's usually like a ranking system to decide who challenges for the title next. Well, we're making an official website for the championship, where not only will we display merch and a bunch of other stuff and the history and legacy of the belt, but we're also going to be having an official ranking system where people will be ranked from the champion all the way down to see who gets the challenge for the belt. And tonight's championship will be the first night where people will be able to place themselves on the ranking system. And not only that, but the winner of today's championship will be able to challenge for the belt if they so please. If they don't, they're free to not challenge for the belt, of course, but they will given an opportunity to challenge for the belt. And here's one last thing. A lot of people have problems with the Hippy Dippy Championship bureaucracy, which is a room of shadowy judges decides who wins and loses. Now, obviously, the vast majority of people believe that I choose people of reputable respect who knows how to choose who wins and loses. Everyone loves my backroom choosers. Everyone loves it. Binks especially. And actual Jake the most. So
love your backroom choosers. Love them.
Thank you so much. But tonight, sadly, we will be letting the audience decide everything, from the winners to the losers,
this is fucking democracy?
to everything. With one exception, one problem. Every round, one left winger and one right winger. This is so it can keep this room balanced when it comes to its political dimensions, and so we don't allow it to be a bunch of people circle jerking. As much as I know many of us enjoy a nice circle jerk, this is Twitch, and we are not in a hot tub.
It's like so they get to bowl with a handicap.
What, am I supposed to be a left winger or a right winger?
I think you are a... One second. You have a beard and glasses, so that says left winger. But
I'm
also
an anarchist that says left winger, but a hyper capitalist. What the fuck am I?
Oh well, if you're
the group you putting me in.
Okay.
Hold on. That whole beard and glasses thing. We got to talk about that.
Okay. Well, anyway, you've already been predetermined, so you just have to accept the group you've fallen into. And the rules are as same as always. If I talk, nobody else is talking. And at the end of each round, 2 people will be eliminated. Please don't fuss if you're eliminated. Please don't be the person who whines. Nobody wants to be infrared. So, does everybody know the general rules? I know you've all been on the Hippy Dippy Championship or been on similar programming before. I don't think I need to explain how none of you can say racial slurs tonight. None of you need to be a hypocrite, right? Wonderful.
Last time I was on, we did not apparently have that set hard enough.
Apparently not for some people. Not for a hypocrite.
That guy.
Not for that one person. But for you guys, I believe you all have the strength and the power to not say the N-word for a few hours. And
I'll do my best.
And if you can't, mute and please leave the room before coming back. Okay, wonderful. So, the first topic for today's event, and all of you will have like a quick 30-second intro for this, is going to be the Virginia elections. What do they indicate about the future of American politics? Why do you think it turned out the way they did? And if you want to talk about New Jersey or the Buffalo election as well, you can. It's going to be 30 seconds, and I'm going to start in the top right-hand corner with the lovely Biggs.
Yeah, so as far as the Virginia election goes, I think this shows how out of touch the Democrats are with their people they put up and their messaging. I think he really put his foot in his mouth when he started talking badly about parents, because that's the kind of stuff that gets parents to go out and vote, and if they don't like you, they're not going to vote for you. As far as it goes, what's going to be in the future, Hopefully, this will be a good sign for the Republicans. It depends on what's going to happen in the next year. I think the economy, the supply chain, inflation, all these things are going horribly under Biden currently. If he doesn't turn that ship around, I think the Republicans are going to pretty much do a red tsunami. If he can turn it around, it may be different, but that's my take.
Okay. Micro Macro, returning from veteran status.
Yeah, and I'll clear everything up later. But yeah, I don't know too much about the actual intricacies of the election in Virginia. But what I do know is that, like he was saying, it just shows that the Dems are still out of touch. And what I see most from here is that the culture war bullshit from the right is going to continue being a big point that they'll actually win voters on. I don't understand how people can see things like teaching about the history of racism, or like in my state, they're trying to ban something like 850 books. And they're doing this specifically because they want to get attention on themselves. And it works. I mean, you can go out there and do what is basically like, I guess, a political virtue signal. And even though it has nothing to do with anything that's actually affecting people, it's an effective political strategy, and it's disappointing, but I feel like it's going to be here to stay.
Actual Jake?
Yeah, I agree that it shows that the Democrats are out of touch, but we kind of knew that, right? Like, Democratic establishment is always sort of like pretty boomery and not really listening to the progressive part of the party that routinely polls high popularity irrespective of political persuasion on many of the most popular policies like healthcare and stuff like that. They tried to turn it in, like, I don't know, they tried to take on the CRT bullshit in the on the playing field that the Republicans set, because they're unable to understand how this sort of thing works. It's like, the Republicans are pretty clearly in 2021 right now, and the Democrats are still thinking that they can play decency politics like in the 90s or something. I don't know. It's really weird. That's the take.
Next, we're going to throw it over to Binks.
Yeah, my opinion is Glenn Youngkin won by 50.8%, and Terry McAuliffe won by 48.5%. That's like 2%, and there's a lot of ins and a lot of outs on that. I think it was a close one, but it could have been better, or for some people, particularly Terry McAuliffe. Thank you.
Oh, very insightful. Denims?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Democrats have a really bad habit of just sort of saying, well, the other guy is so much worse. You're definitely going to vote for us, right? And then they don't do anything else. And it's like, okay, maybe this wasn't the best strategy we could have devised. Maybe there were strategies we could have devised that did better things. And that's my opinion on the Virginia election.
Okay. Next, we're going to throw it over to, I'll say Pixel.
Well, good morning, and I will be using my American accent since this is an American topic, and I know a lot about American topics, including where Virginia is. But in all seriousness, I think the Democratic Party in America is missing the entire labor movement that is happening. And they also don't give anybody people to vote for, even slightly. The same as what Denham says. Like, you've just got old establishment Dems doing the same thing over and over again. Like, when the fuck are you going to realize that it's not fucking working? Do something better. We need climate change policy. We need progressive policy, like, now. We don't have time. Sort your shit out.
Yep.
And that's my opinion on that.
Next is going to be Fabian Liberty.
Yeah, so this idea that the Virginia election, people really are lacking a lot of information on it. The main thing you need to understand is that, with the exception of 2013 and beyond, right, Virginia has always kind of voted against the party in power in gubernatorial off-year elections. But what you have to break down is looking at the data. You can look at Prince William County. You can look at Alexandria. You can look at Loudoun County, Manassas, right? When you look, what you understand is that the shift occurred primarily in Nova, right? These are DC liberal women that changed their vote. And this CRT issue is simply left-wing cope making up bullshit to obfuscate what really was going on, which was the beloved bill. And the education was not about CRT being taught in schools, though we can get into that in Loudoun County and all that stuff. I'm sure we will in the debate. But it's about the beloved bill and things like Lawn Boy. It's about gratuitous sexuality being taught to children, and LGBT issues actually is kind of what's going on. And people are trying to obfuscate what's going on in that circumstance because they don't want to talk about it and they don't want to admit why they lost.
Okay. And we're going to wrap up intros with Preacher.
Yeah, I believe Denham said it. My thing was McAuliffe pretty much ran on, well, I'm not Trump, and you can't do that. I get aggravated with Republicans who run on just a simple, well, I'm against the left platforms. You have to have more of a platform, and I think the whole cultural thing that's going on, I think the Dems are learning that you can't put all your eggs in that basket, because that basket is actually very small when you look at it under the microscope. It doesn't match up, and I think, I don't know, 2020 they ran on the defund the police movement, and when that failed, you think they would change and go back to normal running, but instead they just went the other way. So we'll see. I think it means a big change needs to come for the Democratic Party, but I personally hope they don't change. I would like to see these elections keep going this way with a little bit more red happening, so we'll see.
Looks like the intros are over. You have 15 minutes before the first elimination. You are all free to discuss.
So I wanted to, sorry, I'm going to jump in and talk about, FL Scott or whatever. You were talking about how I guess it's like an obfuscation from what really happens, but then it kind of seems like you were talking about something that's even worse, which is like taking books out because of the fact that there's like gay people in it, or that they teach about it, which like, I don't understand
I'd love
that.
to explain that
Because
further,
like, again, like this isn't, I'll let you explain before I put words in your mouth.
Yeah, so like, for example, one of the books that's in so the Beloved Bill, right? Terry McAuliffe vetoed this bill twice, right? And the Beloved Bill was the idea is if a book has gratuitous violence or gratuitous sex in it, right, parents would be informed and they would be allowed to say, well, I would prefer that my child reads a different book, that not be on the suggested reading list for my child, or that they're given different educational material, right? He said in a debate a very stupid thing to say, and I don't think it was necessarily a nuanced position from him. I think he just got caught off guard in the debate. But he said, I don't think parents have a right to be telling teachers what they can and can't teach, right? Which really triggered a lot of the females, right? It was something that was the female voters in DC, liberals, right, that kind of shifted their vote, right? Because like white males voted roughly about what you would expect, blacks voted roughly what you would expect. It was DC liberals that changed their vote. And it was books like Lawn Boy, right? So Lawn Boy, like, just to give you one quote from it, this is in middle school libraries and on some suggested readings. It's about a 10-year-old boy having a sexual relationship with a 30-year-old pastor, and how that is actually a good relationship for them to have, even though ostensibly the book is about going from door to door cutting grass to get enough money to go to Disneyland, and like entrepreneurial spirit. And one quote from that book is, my fourth grade fingers were wrapped around his salamander as it engorged with blood. And he was talking about how excited he was sucking this man's penis and all of this other stuff. This is in middle schools, right? So what ended up happening is the CRT and the National School Board Administration kind of like, their letter to Merrick Garland, getting the FBI involved, and kind of Scott Smith in Loudoun County protesting the fact that his daughter was violently raped in a bathroom and they hid it under the rug because they were worried about offending transgender people. And then that child went and raped another girl, right? So all of those stories convalesce together, right? So CRT is an element, right, of this discussion, but it was the sexual nature and the gratuitous nature of a lot of these books and the position that Terry McAuliffe decided to take in that really led this conversation in a different area.
I absolutely love that you talked about a book and then brought up just like a rape case that's not really about that.
Yeah.
Like and then using that sexual assault because the person I believe in this case a lot of people say that this is a trans person. Why that doesn't have to be a monolith or an example of
a trans person. I never said it was a monolith. I never said it was
right, but that's the way that you deliver it, right? And kind of on purpose.
That's the way way you heard it because you're a lefty and you don't want to.
Also,
I
I'm
mean,
looking at
sure,
these
but that's the
books.
way that you framed the whole thing, right? Because you literally brought it up and then said, and then people
I don't
didn't like
accept the
trans
bullshit.
stuff and CRT, like you did.
Okay.
But it's okay, and that
So
always
But
happens,
it's a
right?
nuanced discussion that takes a
It's
lot.
not
he said
really-
it was
No,
because they were
here's-
afraid
No,
of
you threw in something that had nothing to do with it. But so I'm
Right.
looking at these books, and
has
I
everything to
mean,
do with
Lawn
that.
Boy, from what I'm seeing here, definitely it does not seem like it's a
So-
pro pedophilia book. Like you understand that like characters can enjoy things in a story, but like the story doesn't have to be like pro that. And I mean, Beloved is a classic book of American literature, which again,
So-
this whole thing
It's not
started because
about
a
whether it's
senior.
pro.
Would you
Senior
would you
English-
consider?
So what I think
Wait,
we're
wait,
really
wait.
missing
Would
here
you?
is the
English
fact that the
student had
Democrats
hands.
are actually sticking their foot in their mouths
Wait,
even more
why are we
right
talking
now.
about that?
Not you guys. I'm talking about the establishment Democrats, right? Because the whole point of this was that they lost because somebody literally went and said that, oh, we don't like, we don't want parents being in charge of their children's education. So now what are they saying after the fact? A bunch of these,
yeah, it's a bunch of
establishment news. Yeah, they're saying that it's like, oh, it's the racist. Like, how are you going to
Yeah,
win any more
wait.
votes by calling
I'm not
these
making a
parents
value.
racist? That's
Despite-
ridiculous.
Despite the fact that this does upset me, I'm not making a value statement. What I'm talking about is simply the facts on the ground and the fact that the left is trying to obfuscate why DC liberal women shifted their vote in such large margins. Right?
I don't think that's
But
something
you're
that the
saying-
left.
okay,
I don't
so
think
see
it's
if-
something that states.
Say we
You're the first person I've ever
entertain
heard.
that. The Democrat.
Let's move for a moment. Okay, so everybody's talking at once. I want to make sure that while it is Rumble, I want to make sure people can hear. Okay, so we're gonna have Pixel talk. Then I want to make sure Micro gets to finish the point they were making because they were interrupted. So it's gonna be Pixel then Micro.
I do agree that the Democrats have a delivery problem here, but that is the biggest problem, right? Because you know what's been working really well for like protecting children? Abstinence. It hasn't. Not even slightly. It is the most fucked up kind of policy ever. So
Well,
yes,
relax.
even if this is the case, right? It is a delivery problem. It is like look at where we are. Abstinence clearly isn't working. We need something new. We're trying to sexually educate potentially our children. It's a delivery. It's a messaging problem. Anyway, that's why.
Micro.
I'm done.
Yeah, so just certain things. Like I was looking up these books, and it doesn't really seem like it's a pro pedophilia book at all. I don't know, maybe it's inappropriate for middle schoolers, but the problem here is that somebody has to be that arbiter and decide what is and isn't inappropriate. And so far, the people who are out here that are trying to be those arbiters are, for instance, somebody in my state's trying to ban 850 books, including books that just tell factual things about LGBT people and
Right.
People of
no,
color.
I 100%
And also,
agree.
wait, hold on. And also, this whole like. I don't know. I don't really get the whole protect the children thing. It's a thing that the right has been doing forever. They did it again in my state, trying to
It's
take
called being a
medical care
parent loving
away.
your children.
Yeah, but it happens all the time. They did it for the Satanic Panic. They did it for video games in the 90s. It's always protect the children. They're doing it to take away the rights of trans youth in my state now and
Yep.
make it to where they can't go see doctors. This happens all the time. And also, this whole thing with Beloved started with an 18-year-old AP English student who was apparently like too disturbed by a sex scene in a book to like sleep. So, I mean, if your student really has those issues, maybe like take them to a different school or like, I don't know, like I don't think that the rest of the class shouldn't be able to read a book that's important to American history because one kid like peepees
Well, that's
makes
not
them
what the
feel
Beloved
funny.
bill does, right? So you're obfuscating multiple factors here. One, you're obfuscating and strawmanning things that would occur in a slippery slope fallacy. But two,
No, I'm talking
you're
about what
talking about
people
the
who are
value
pushing this are
judgments I'm
saying.
making that I'm not making. What I'm talking about is the idea that this election was lost because of CRT is a left-wing cope that doesn't actually look at why they lost.
Oh, well, that's
right?
what
Is the
Republicans
topic.
reported back. Like after the success in Virginia, Republicans pretty out loud said, "Look, this is our agenda. This is how we're going to win elections. Make sure that anything that we don't like, we put under the CRT umbrella. And when we can do that, we can brand effectively." Like these threads came out
Yeah,
all over the
Republicans are
internet.
just as dumb as Democrats, right? Like,
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
So,
Like that's
but
their quite literally their agenda out loud anyway. Like I don't understand why you think it's obfuscation when that's quite obviously and openly
Also,
their
just curious
plan
what-
to
Because
talk.
we're talking about the history, right?
The history,
It's
why
not
does that
history,
mean?
It's happened in past, right? The history of why McAuliffe lost, right?
I mean,
You're
you
getting
could
into
say that
messaging,
you could
you're
say that
getting-
Virginians often vote against the party in power in the White House, and then they change that way. But that's not what
that's
they're.
part of it.
But that's not important to right now. It's just like, oh, that's one of those things that could be an outlier in any year, just depending on. It's not like Virginians are robots that go the Democrat and president, so we gotta have a different governor now, because that's not how people think, bro. That's just not how people think. You could say that there's this historical trend and understand that people are into.
I mean, it's a topic you brought up.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying, and you're saying there's some sort of obfuscative practice going on here, but we're just responding to the Republican openness about their actual agenda. Like,
because when they sit there and they knock people saying, "Oh, well, they were against CRT," then they can call you racist because you're against CRT. When, yeah, a small part of it was CRT, but more of it, and it's got nothing to do with the sexuality of the book, whether it's heterosexual, homosexual, or even pedophilia. It was the fact of being It was the fact of being over sexual in a book.
Okay, wait. Do you think? Hold on. Wait. Can I ask a question?
Wait.
I
want Preacher, you have 10 seconds. We're wrapping up time, so I want to make sure people have time. But 10 seconds for Preacher, then we'll go over to actual Jake's question. Then we have to go to the rest of the panel who haven't talked yet. Preacher.
Yeah, I would say it's got nothing to do with sexuality. It doesn't matter if it's heterosexual, homosexual, or even trans. It was the over sexuality in the book of any kind.
What shifted females in DC. That's
okay, sure.
And then parents being told they can't bitch about it.
Right. Okay. So
wait. Jake, and then I'll throw it over to Denim.
Okay. Do you think that it's a hypersexual thing to read about the firsthand experiences of a teenage girl masturbating for the first time? Do you think that's too sexual for school?
Yes.
Okay, so Anne Frank's diary is banned from schools because you find that it is the question because you find that no, because shut up. You find that just 1 second. 1 second, dude. 1 second. I'm not lying. I'm asking you.
Let the corny one go.
Please, for the love of God.
Please, we only have 5 minutes left.
Right.
Let's let Jake finish.
I am asking you specifically because you can say that things are, at first glance, that's very sexual, but you didn't read the books to understand the context of the things. Now, it's fine if you find something too sexual, but you could allow teenagers who are sexual, by the way, to find out like to opt in.
That's not what the bill does.
I'm not talking about the bill. I'm talking about the perception of voters.
No, that's the.
It's irrelevant.
Hold on.
You don't get the. Why are you cutting? It's not about the bill. The bill is irrelevant to me. The bill is irrelevant. It's about the perception of. It's about. Okay.
All right. Let me respond to what you're saying real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because we're running out of
Denims
time
was going to say words. But yeah.
I know. That's why I'm responding to you real quick so Denim can speak.
You have 15 seconds, then we have to go to Denims.
It comes down to it's what the parents want for their children. They're still their children, and the parents have that right to decide. And for a governor to tell them, no, you don't have that right, well, they just told them to shove it. That's all it was.
Denims.
Okay, first of all, I'm a little bit confused, and obviously you can clear yourself up in the 15-second response time. But FL Scott, did you say that the reason that women voters in DC swapped their vote because of a book?
No, I'm saying because of, and I'll be quick, right? Just because of parental rights, right? They were perfectly fine. Like CRT is not an issue that white liberal
I think
women
I
in
understand.
DC
I want to make
that
sure
are
everyone gets to talk.
70% blue
I just think that
care
you're
about.
giving too much credit to this one bill.
Yeah.
I think you're giving way too much credit to this one bill, and that's the reason.
That's what people wanted to pounce on because that was the controversial part. I also said the gubernatorial elections and how they tend to be. I brought up several things, right? It's also about the vaccine mandates and mask mandates, right? Like some right wingers wanting to come out to vote. There's a lot of things that come into this election.
Okay,
right? This is just what we pounced on, so this is what I'm talking about.
Okay, sure. And then I wanted to say one thing to Preacher. Don't you think that there are instances that the state should interfere with how parents are raising their children? For example, if parents are like beating their children until they start bleeding, maybe the state should be able to step in and say, okay, listen, we'll give you a certain amount of leeway, but we're stepping in now. And I think if a school wants to say, we think that this is important material that children should be taught, just because a parent says that they don't think that that's the case, it's not like that's such a strange concept or something we never apply anywhere else. We apply it all the time. We as a society agree, okay, well, these are things we're okay with the state overreaching on power for the greater good. That's all.
I fully believe that a state should be able to step in on cases of child abuse. Yes, of course, but I would never equate child abuse to
Oh, I'm not.
education. No, I'm
I'm
not
saying
saying
that
you are.
yeah, okay, good.
I'm
Good.
saying that there's a huge difference between a parent having the right to speak on their child's education and that parent beating that child. Then yes, the state definitely needs to. I mean, I got my head smacked around when I was a kid, and I wish the state would have went in and took a hold of my stepfather. But you know, it is what it is. Child abuse is a far cry different, and yes, I definitely believe it is the state's responsibility to protect the child in that situation.
Okay, I gotta throw it over to Biggs because Biggs hasn't really got to talk much, and he raised his hand. So Biggs, I say your hand, actual check. Don't worry, I wrote it down.
Yeah, so I want to say that one of the things that I was reading after the fact, a lot of the exit poll results actually said that economy was the #1 factor. I know we're trying to drum up all these issues about race and gender issues and things like that, which I do agree that it should be, and it should be the parents' rights to have like things like a student gets to take home a slip, say this is what we're teaching, this is what the curriculum. You can either agree or disagree if you want them to sit in that class. I'm all for that type of situation, giving the parents a choice. But the bigger issues here are the economy and things like that, because that's where it actually hits people the hardest in their pocketbooks and things like that. I also want to say that I do think Scott was right when he says that it did get the moms effectively riled up to vote that way. The liberal mothers did kind of say, hey, this person's not looking, not trying to do what I want them to do with my kids. Therefore, I'm going to be, voting against that. But the #1 issue is the economy. And I think that's probably the #1 issue in the country currently. And that's what we should be focusing on. And if we can get that turned around, hopefully whoever the party is that can do that is the ones that we're going to see taking the midterm.
Okay, now everybody in chat, we have a poll posted. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. If you've already voted, I guess you threw it away. Shouldn't have voted third party. Sorry for you. You guys can continue as we wait for the poll to finalize. Next would be actual Jake then, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So what I was going to say is, sorry, I'm going to post your link in there. The idea that parents know how to educate their children is absolutely fucking ludicrous as someone who went to school for education. Like, there's a reason that there's teachers and then there's the rest of you. Like, because you don't have the expertise to do it. Now, you can teach your kids how to put on their pants, how to tie their shoes, how to be hopefully nice to other people. But you can't teach kids how to fucking learn history, how to write a report. You can't learn them how to understand. You can't. But
So,
you can.
I'm sorry, I'm a brain dead parent here of 4 children, and you're telling
Yes.
me I don't have the right to speak
From
up?
the
No. You have the no.
Big
Big difference. Big difference between you having the right to try to tell your kids how to do stuff, absolutely, and then understanding that we defer a lot of duties in society to the experts because that's what they're for. Like,
Yeah,
would you
I
want?
know.
Would you want? Okay, so would you want you to just fucking fly a commercial airliner, or do you think maybe we should choose a pilot to do that?
Are you really going to
Also,
Yes, I am going to conflate the two. I think they're pretty equally important overall. Yeah.
Look at how much homeschooling has taken off. Parents
Homeschooling.
the
Go ahead and
authority
test.
now.
Go ahead and test
so
a group of
the
very
experts.
similarly economically.
If the
Will take
kids
care of
now,
your
our
children.
education sucks.
Go ahead and test public school kids in the same economic bracket as homeschool
God.
kids in the same economic
Yeah.
bracket, and I
You
guarantee you,
you
the
gonna brag
homeschool
about
kids,
the education
the
levels right
homeschool
now?
kids, the
They're
homeschool
an
kids.
embarrassment.
The homeschool kids
So
are not competitive in the education market. If you want to homeschool your kids on the
education
right,
level right now is
go
embarrassing.
ahead. If you want to educate your kids on the right, what will happen is you will
Well, I advocate for that like crazy.
go for
have
it,
that
and
data?
that's
Do you
100%
have
what
that
you can do.
data?
You can 100%
hold
go
on, do you
ahead.
have that-
What will
do you have
happen?
that data?
What
Do you have
what
that
will
data?
happen is you will
Okay,
become
Stop.
you will
Stop.
become
Stop.
not
Stop.
competitive.
Stop. I can't hear
We're
any of you.
already not competitive.
Yeah,
Have you
I said-
seen
I
this?
have something to add to this.
Go for it.
The one time Binks speaks, he's muted. So Binks, you can speak as you've never gotten to speak. But
I didn't realize Dylan
so
was talking.
my staff fucked it up. Don't worry, they've been executed. Here's the new poll. They put it vote to kick when I said it was supposed to be vote to keep. You can post the new vote in your chat. I'll give you an extra 2 minutes. Sorry about that. Binks, what were you gonna say?
My mind blanked after the Anne Frank masturbating thing. I'll be honest, I haven't been paying attention.
So
Gotcha. Thank you very much.
So also when it comes to this, like the concept of I mean, at least in my state, they're trying to actually perform book bannings. I feel like if that is put into place and if they get what they want, then the rights of the parents who do want their kids to engage with this material and who do want their kids to get a complete education that includes like the entire history of the United States instead of just the picked and chose part, that is definitely like, I find that much more egregious than a parent whose kid has to read a book with like a sex scene in it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely. There's reasons like, for instance, I went to school to teach history. I'm not going to be able to teach your kids trigonometry. I don't know it. Neither do you, probably. You probably don't have time to dedicate yourself to the understanding of many of these topics. You can take that on and then you can fail. Or maybe you'll succeed. Maybe you'll be one of these.
Take that L.
You'll take that L. Oh, I thought you should take that on. Right, exactly. Because of course we defer to experts. Absolutely we do. And this is the point. Because there's a saying, it takes a village. And yeah, I understand that we're not like handing off our kids to the neighbors necessarily, maybe for babysitting or something. But there's a reason that we need these different levels of understanding that people have. You can try to homeschool your kids and maybe to some individual success, but overall, homeschooling people, like, they just don't have social skills necessarily because they're not interacting with people. They're not going to have the broad breadth of like understanding different people's like cultures just by being in your house all the time. They're not going to understand extracurricular stuff necessarily. Like,
And cut.
Wild.
Okay.
Are you a mom against cat boys, Dylan? Is that what that shirt is?
Yes, I'm a mom against cat boys. The real,
Oh, man.
the real epidemic against
That's
Finally
the real.
someone
Yeah, that's the
speaking
real
up.
worried
problem.
about
in
CRT. This is
society.
the real
Mhm.
issue. Okay.
That shit is insidious.
Because I should be the only cat boy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about eliminations because somebody is going to be eliminated.
Two
So-
somebodies.
So, the two people with the least votes to continue, one on the left and one on the right, as previously discussed, are Preacher and Micro Macro. I am sorry. You both have been eliminated.
Yep.
I just want to call hijinks because I voted for myself and it still gave me 0 votes. So I don't know what's going on there.
Did you? Really?
Did you
Yeah, I
vote
did.
before he switched
Yeah,
the
I had
vote, though?
people saying
No,
it.
I did it on all of them, yeah.
Oh.
I had someone say it's going up
Sounds like
0
malarkey.
votes in mine
Rigged.
too, but it is what it is.
It's rigged, boys.
Indeed, rigged.
I honestly
Rigged.
don't know why that is.
It wouldn't be a Hippy Dippy
Probably not.
Rumble without some.
Little bit
That's
of
some
voter fraud.
tomfoolery. I'm
Some
very
spicy
sorry.
drama.
CTV
Well, hey,
will have to
uh,
amend
It's
the
the most
entry.
American political adjacent thing that's happened.
What
As
company?
long as I
Don't
get
worry
a
about
sign
it.
off.
What
Hey,
company
wait,
did you
look.
contract for the
Wait.
voting machines?
Dominion.
Of
That'll
course.
do it.
Oh, of course. They're super reliable.
I'm very
Boys can't go
sorry.
to the Capitol. Guys
Preacher,
can have a good time.
Micro, please exit the building.
Do I get a sign
right.
off at least?
Micro, he used to do Twitch, now he doesn't. Goodbye.
Hey, you should go check out my TikTok instead.
Okay.
Well, it's so
Wonderful.
rough.
Now,
Wow.
Danabo, please add the next 2 contestants. More Perfect Union and Maddie Cakes. Welcome to the show. Now we can continue where we left off on the Virginia elections, which I believe we were talking about. And Frank, continue.
We still
So I
want
just want to
talk about
respond to
Hank
actual
Frank.
Jake and just add
Yeah.
a little bit of context. We
Sure.
do have that data available, right?
Mhm.
Low socioeconomic status homeschool children underperform low socioeconomic status public school children. High socioeconomic status homeschool children vastly outperform
Well,
high
yeah.
socioeconomic
But are those
status
parents
public
teaching
school
or
children.
tutors?
Well, it's both, right?
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
but we-
It's
right,
almost like
so-
if you
but it's
defer to
also-
an expert, they'll get a good education. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah, thank
I'm,
you.
I'm just adding context. I'm not making a value judgment at all. I
Sure.
just wanted to
But
add the context.
yeah, I
You
agree.
said they outperform, and it's like, look.
Well, of
there's-
course they
there's
do.
nuance to that, right? So,
Well, there's only nuance to that,
again-
but every teacher would
Yeah,
agree.
but
Every
the
teacher would agree if you had
problem
individual experts teaching your kids on an individual basis. Obviously, being in a classroom, honestly, like 10 kids per
but
teacher
you're
per class
engaging-
is
you're
ideal.
You're engaging with the idea that the public school system in the state produces experts that are beyond the capacity of homeschooling.
They
right?
are beyond the capacity
It's
of
we just
affordable
as easily- we
homeschooling
just
for
as
most of
easily-
the populace.
we just as easily could-
Isn't
there's a
that
lot of
the
solutions here.
intent?
We just
Isn't
as
that the
easily could,
intent?
we just as easily could add voucher systems. We just as easily could allow homeschooled parents
Oh,
to
Jesus
get
Christ,
the
voucher
$13,000
systems.
to $19,000 a year that is spent on their children in schools, right? Like there are a lot of barriers to homeschooling because of the economic situation that has occurred by the two-parent income household system,
Right, I
and the
agree.
state apparatus that we have, right? So
I
saying like,
have lots of
oh,
prescriptions
the
to help
teachers
that out
are
if
the
you'd like to
experts,
be.
it's like,
Wouldn't be
of
about
course,
Virginia,
but I'm
though.
just saying, like, there's a lot more context and nuance here than what you're adding.
It's not
You're
really,
simply
though. You
saying,
just agreed
like,
with
oh,
what I said,
low
but rich
socioeconomic
people do have an
status,
easier
homeschooled
time with
children
it.
do poorly.
Can I jump in
therefore
here?
homeschooling bad.
Please
It's
do.
like,
Can I jump
no,
in
that's
here?
not how that
So,
works.
Okay,
so I'm going
Maddie?
to jump in here. Yeah. So, I mean, the
I'm gonna jump in
entire
and say-
intent behind our public school system is specifically to produce experts in certain fields. And the reason that as you get through into higher education, you get more specialized teachers, that's by design. So when you're teaching things that are a lot more general, a lot more foundational in terms of kids learning how to learn, because ultimately that's really what you're doing in elementary school. Then once you get to high school, you have teachers that teach a specific subject. Well, if you then continue on into higher education, you get professors who have dedicated their entire careers not only to teaching a specific subject, but then to also do further research, to contribute to the larger industry, to the larger understanding of that subject. So like if the educational system as it stands, as it was intended, was operating properly, we would invest accordingly to make that happen. Now, people can choose to homeschool their kids, but saying that that is a replacement on a large scale for public education is ridiculous and
Well,
short-sighted
that's
and
what a
naive.
statist would say, but I
Also-
mean, the Mormons tend to do a pretty good job of it.
Okay, wait.
And
I
they
want to throw
outperform
it.
everybody.
So
Does every single
Mormons
Mormon
recognize that.
homeschool?
Wait,
Does every
okay.
single Mormon homeschool?
Talking about the Mormon
Okay.
homeschooled children, they outperform.
Okay,
in
I was
public
saying
school
stop,
every aspect.
and so neither of you, as I am aware, have hearing problems that could stop you from hearing me. So I'm going to throw it over to the preacher who hasn't spoken yet. I'll write down Dennis.
More perfect union, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
No, preacher.
The glasses and the beards kind of all mold together. More perfect union.
The
I'll take that as a
disrespect.
compliment. I'm just going to say right now. So, first of all, the purpose of education isn't to create experts. The purpose of education, public education, is to prepare students to be able to function in an efficient, effective way in society. It isn't about trying to indoctrinate them. And no matter where the education comes from, it simply isn't. It does not have to be that a quality education must be a public education. If the kid can get a valid education through homeschooling or through a charter school because the local school system that they got is a piece of junk, then let the money follow the kid. Let the kid get the best education possible. If teachers and teachers unions actually gave a crap about education in the past 18 months, they would not have gone on strike. They would not have sent letters trying to get COVID money to redo everything that and require everything under the sun to be perfect 100% before they came into school, before they came back into schools. So that's just a BS argument.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
That's what the teachers union said. That's exactly what they said. By fiat, that's exactly what they said when they
By
said we're
demanding
not coming back to
safety
I
school.
agree.
standards?
Public sector
We're not
unions
coming back
suck.
to
By
school.
demanding good health safety standards?
Wait. When
That-
you say when you say fuck them
Kids
kids,
have
or, like,
it is a
wait,
documented fact that
When you
kids
say
have an
He wants to get a
ultra-low
sex joke?
transmission
Hey,
rate.
more perfect
You're done with
union.
Ant
More
Frank
perfect
yet.
union. When you say fuck them kids, do you mean more
I
in
didn't
like
say fuck them kids.
Wait.
No,
Wait,
I repeated
stop.
what
That
Maddie
was
said.
Stop. When it's in that, do you mean more like screw 'em or more in the lawn boy like version, like the book we were talking about earlier? Which
There we
one?
go.
He
No,
had
I-
his
Oh,
joke and he
I'm
had to get it
I'm
in.
not memeing that. I
Couldn't
simply
not.
repeated what Maddie said.
You
So
had
you can
to.
ask her if that's what her intent was.
Okay.
I was asking if that was his position, because if he's saying we should have just let kids go back to school before
Right.
there were proper safety standards in place, before we had an actual handle on curbing COVID-19, I was like, oh, okay, so
Do
are
we-
you saying fuck
do we
them
actually have a
kids,
handle
like,
on it?
I wouldn't be
Good
surprised
luck.
if you were. Are you anti OSHA?
Is it?
Look, Can I
Oh, yeah,
just say
that's a good
something?
question.
I was in.
I'm an
I have
ANCAP.
experience. I have experience in this. I was in the educational system as a student for almost 10 years. Okay, and the shit that they taught me, I don't remember any of it. So maybe there is something to this homeschooling thing.
Okay, Denims, you're next.
Someone respond to that, please.
Okay, I wanted to say, like, okay, can I just
Actually,
get like
check
a
that out.
show of hands for anyone here who doesn't believe in evolution? Just like if you
Shut up, Dylan.
Dylan. So you don't believe in Binks. You don't believe in evolution.
No, I prefer
No?
Ghostbusters was the superior
Oh,
movie.
okay, got it. All right. Well, like I think when we're talking about an education system, I wanted to add on to what Maddie was saying. Like the education system is, amongst other things, made to standardize education so that everyone across the country, if you go through public school, is learning the same shit. And I don't know if you guys have like seen religious schools, like Christian schools or certain instances of homeschooling, but parents will literally teach their kids that like evolution is a lie and that everyone is lying to them. And like if they went to real school, that like they would be taught that. And like that seems pretty bad. Like I think we should all like agree on like the basic facts.
Okay,
of,
so I
like,
got a question for you then. If you think the quality of that education is dissimilar, tell me what state in the United States does not require that homeschooling students meet certain minimum educational levels. That they
I'm not
aren't
saying this is
required
the
to.
case. I'm not saying
No,
the case is that.
but this is the thing you're
Is
trying to
it
imply.
California?
It's a blue one.
It's a blue one, I bet.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's California, but I don't know.
I don't think there's any.
But does it
So-
matter?
you're
it's
saying-
irrelevant.
You're saying,
Right,
no.
right.
The
Okay.
point is, right?
Like
is that
pointing
the
out
education-
pointing out what
making the
looks
point
like
that the education
hypocrisy
quality
is like
Well,
fucking
education
dumb.
for homeschool or charter school isn't as good.
This looks a
as
little
what
bit
the- what the
hypocritical. I
outcome
better
is
use
for
words.
public
More
education.
perfect union. More perfect union. I have a
Jesus
question
Christ.
for you. Because so you had said that the point of an education is not to create experts. I said hopefully, in an ideal situation, it would produce an expert. But you said it was preparing students to then thrive or be functional members of society, right?
Exactly.
Is this the
Okay.
first time you've heard about the Prussian education model?
Wait, let's
did you
let
skip
Matt
third grade
wait.
social studies?
Wait,
Yeah, let
let's
me-
let
I-
Maddie
I-
finish,
something-
please. Okay.
Yell more at oh, sorry.
Yeah. So my question then is like, how do you define functional member of society? Wouldn't you say that there are certain standards that people would have to adhere to in order to say that, okay, this is a person who is a functional member of society because they have knowledge or familiarity with X, Y, and Z. So like,
Yeah,
how exactly
reading,
are
writing,
you
arithmetic.
defining that?
Do you think that's the
Reading,
only?
writing,
Do you think
arithmetic.
writing, and arithmetic are the like things that we learn in high school that are important?
No,
like,
the things that
what would you
you
say?
learn in
What would
grade
you say the
school-
most important thing about high school was for you?
Learning to go to school 8 hours a day.
Well,
So you become a good little worker and
Well,
you know exactly what
there-
you're doing. You wake up in
there-
the morning and you go to school and then you come home and then you
Okay,
go to sleep.
There's
and
a
then you
little
wake up in the morning
conditioning.
and you
There's
go
a
to
little
sleep.
conditioning for that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like, what do you?
Fucking cool.
Make your socialist argument. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Is that a socialist argument? Okay,
no.
well,
I
don't-
think the whole problem. No,
Wait,
think
I
the
was
whole problem
next,
here-
bro.
Okay.
I was on the list.
No.
I'll
No,
answer your
yeah,
question if you'll let me.
well, stop for a second, okay? As much as I love the chaos, okay, I got to keep at least some order so people can understand what's being said in the chaos, okay? Wonderful. So I'm gonna have actual Jake say, since he was on the list, and then I'll have Preacher respond because it seemed.
Yeah.
you mean
Well, I wanted to
review.
answer. I wanted that question first as a lead-in, but yeah. So.
Are we going back on the topic at some
So
point?
you wanted more Pavilion to answer first?
Yeah. The answer to the
more
question is
purpose-
like what do you like as far as homeschool is concerned? Because it's part of the topic for Virginia because like that's the important one of the important
Yes,
cruxes.
it
Like
wasn't the it wasn't
obvious.
even the
Yeah.
top- it
You
wasn't
want to talk about the
top three
economy and
things.
shit, but like yeah, that's cool. But we're not really talking about that. This is where the conversation.
Yeah, not
is.
the
So,
things that actually people cared about. Yeah.
well,
let's
I
talk
mean,
about that.
apparently all of us cared about the education, or we would be talking about economy and numbers and stuff. But we're not. We're talking about
I think
education.
You're
The point, right?
So I mean, like that's just where the conversation went. Why do you want?
Yeah.
You want me to change the subject? Weird stuff. So the idea that like only learning about like I can recite facts and I can do addition and I can learn to write. Like yeah, these are important things that I agree need to be standardized. True, but what high school is and what public school is in general, and just any kind of schooling that isn't at home alone, is really about learning how to socialize with other people and being sort of part of a community in general so that you can, once you are an adult, learn to coexist with other people in a way that makes a little bit more sense. Learn to be able
We
to...
used to call that shit civics, right? We used to teach kids how to be
Right, civics class.
how to understand, how to have respect for each other.
You don't have
Now,
but are you an anti-mask? Are you an but like
Oh, yeah,
you learn how to
it's
respect other people unless they got a pronoun I don't like, and then I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I'm gonna vibrate with rage because someone used a singular they. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Do you want to teach neutral?
who teaches what bullshit?
Gotta love how the
Do
left
you
Good
want
old
to
days
teach
when
neutral
women were
Wonderful.
Women respecters.
Wonderful.
Do you see how mad they got?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Biggs.
Dylan, you are wonderful. I just want to let you know that your hair is beautiful.
He doesn't have a vote
But-
today.
I know. I don't care. I can still
Is
be
this a hair
nice to the host.
vote?
Okay.
I get the vote.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to bring it back to more the actual like pertinent information here to the topic at hand. I think that everybody here would probably agree that parents would be perfectly fine with sending their kids to school if they knew they were being taught the basics, the necessities, the math, the sciences, the writing, the English, all that stuff. I think the issue that we have is when things come outside of that purview, whether it be things that we were talking about before, whether it's like critical race theory, which I'm not sure is necessarily actually being taught in schools. I've heard mixed things about that. I don't know what to believe about that. Personally, I haven't looked into it quite enough. Or sex education, things like that, right? So I think that as long as things are being taught that are appropriate to be taught to whatever age level of children, I don't think any of these parents would have a problem, okay? But the issue is things are being put in schools that are just wasted time. Like we have a lot of teachers that my wife is a teacher, and there are a lot of teachers that are not fulfilling their obligations to their students, whether it's because of stretched budgets, whether it's because whatever. So I think even as a libertarian-minded person, education is so important. We need to focus on these like hard sciences, the STEMs, things like that. And I think that's something we can all agree on, whether you're from the right or the left. I don't think we need to get into this weeds about like evolution. Like obviously, if people want to be taught about evolution,
You just said you wanted hard science. You don't want to talk about evolution?
Science.
You just said hard science.
You missed it. I'm saying yes, evolution. I'm saying yes.
Okay, good God.
Okay.
Jesus
I'm
fuck.
anti-religious. I'm an atheist. So no. Okay.
All of us.
Wait.
Let me finish
Okay,
real
you
quick.
all jumped, but let him finish.
Yeah,
Okay. So what I'm
Hashtag
saying is,
soft science. Yes.
I think we need to focus on the things that are necessities for children to learn. The maths, the sciences, the writing, the reading, those type of things. When we get outside of those things, that's when people start to have reservations about it. Okay.
Do you like social studies?
I love social studies.
Okay, so you agree it's social part of social studies.
Yes.
We're studying social stuff.
Yes, and I understand that.
Right.
But
So that'd be teaching like, hey, racism bad. We have a history of slavery, etc.
Yes, and
right.
And I think that
and these are things
taught
that people are right. And these are things
History
that
is very
people are
important.
saying.
Things like the Civil War, why the Civil War was fought, the whole history of slavery, all that stuff.
You
is
know,
important.
Right.
to keep kids in school, though, you have to teach them about sex education,
True.
right?
Yep.
Like, you have to teach these children how to engage in society, including sex education. If you're horny teenagers in school and you don't learn about these things, that's how people
So,
end up pregnant. This is how
I
people
agree
end
with
up as
you on that.
15-year-old
I
fathers.
agree with you. My issue with that is if the first time you're learning about sex education as a student is from school and not your parents, that's the bigger issue here.
Okay,
not
but
with the
that's
schools
but
actually
that's not a
doing.
thing that
We
that's
can't
not a
create
thing.
a policy
Right.
that
Right, I
forces
understand
them.
that. Right, I
But
understand
the
that.
policy
What
we
I'm saying
can
is-
create.
If you taught people better, right, they would make better choices with their lives. They wouldn't just say, "Well, I got nothing else to do today, so I think I'll go screw Sally."
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't fuck because I got nothing else to do.
Can we
That is why
You're in
I
that
do
costume,
that,
maybe
is
you
because
don't.
I'm
I
bored
do.
and I already watched all of Netflix.
Okay,
So then
okay,
I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
oh, might as well.
Okay,
fuck.
Right. Well, I have some prescriptions for this if you want.
Wait, I'm saying please.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm enforcing some law here. Okay, so I want to throw it over to Fabian. And then we're going to be throwing the poll in the chat shortly, hopefully. Fabian?
Yeah, I just want to say, like this like tangential discussion where we keep talking about CRT. I don't think it's really that helpful for most of us to discuss it here, because if you've actually studied sociology and jurisprudence, you would understand that CRT, like no one here likely agrees on what CRT is, what the definition of it is, and what its instantiation within the school system is, right? Like, I hate to say like you need somebody like Joe Lewis because he's like kind of a black supremacist, but you know, like, but at a certain point you have to recognize that like None of you fuckers know what CRT is. I can guarantee you. And like this sideways conversation where it gets thrown in a little bit and like people are mad about it. Like you're gonna have to explain that position more if you want to talk about that as part of the issue of what's going on in education, especially bringing it back to the fucking topic, which is the idea of why parents mostly in the DC suburbs switched so heavily from being heavily blue to only being slightly blue, which is what got Youngkin elected.
Can we,
Maddie?
first of all, speak for yourself? Yeah, first of all, speak for yourself on, none of you know what CRT is. It's a graduate level framework that was initially proposed by the 1619 Project.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Wrong.
bullshit.
Wrong.
Bullshit.
No, it wasn't. Like you literally
It's been
just
around
proved
for
my point.
40
You don't know what
years.
the fuck you're
Wait,
talking
wait,
about.
wait,
Listen,
wait,
it
wait,
was
wait,
before
wait,
that
wait,
project.
wait. Let's let her
But
finish.
they
And you can tell her why
popularized
she's
it.
wrong.
They
okay?
popularized the notion that yes, exactly. So like that was sort of where it's from. It's again graduate level framework that's taught in a grand total of.
Shit.
Hold on one second.
Is it sociology?
0.
Okay.
It's
Is it
taught in a grand
sociology?
total of 0
Marxism.
K through 12
Is it
schools.
taught in sociology? Is it
It's
sociology?
literally
What?
taught. It's literally taught in-
What is
very
it? It's
effective
Marxism.
strategy.
What the fuck, dude?
It is very
Marxism.
effective
What's-
scaremongering
So here's-
marketing by the
Wait,
Republican
wait.
Party.
Yeah,
It is
oh,
very
You
It's
guys
just-
are actually
because
wait. You guys are
they're teaching
actually
our kids
incorrect.
about
There's
slavery
actually
and it's someone
there's
comes-
actually teacher unions.
Stop.
My wife is a
Cute round
teacher.
hankies. That's what
Stop.
it stands for.
Stop. Okay. So, for everybody in the chat, I want to make this clear. Bottom, if you are named Maddie Cakes, raise your hand. If you're named Pixel, raise your hand. If you're named More Perfect Union, raise your hand. If your name is Fabian Liberty, raise your hand. Denims, raise your hand. Jake, raise your hand. Biggs, raise your hand. Binks, raise your hand. Okay, now when you guys are voting, you know who everybody is. This is so everybody knows who they're voting for. The poll should now be posted in chat by the lovely Danabo, and you all will have about 2 to 3 minutes to vote until this round ends. You guys can continue.
I just thought that was a weird. I thought
So
it was a
here's the-
power trip.
No, no.
Pixel, you're next actually.
Yeah,
I did too, and I was like, oh damn, okay.
So here's the truth. There's actually my wife is a teacher, and they've gotten things from the actual teachers union about CRT curriculums. Okay, so saying that it's not being taught in schools is completely false. It is being taught in schools.
Wait, what's
and
your
unions
what's
are
your wife
accepting
do
it.
again?
She's a teacher.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
This
again,
says this
okay,
poll
no,
says who
I
leaves
did get
again.
Fluff, that's who leaves. Sorry, continue.
Oh my
Christ, dude.
Okay, Fluff, you're not making
Do
any more
you
polls.
manufacture drama, Dylan? Is that what
I
this
do
is?
not.
Are you
I'm
trying
about
to
to-
manufacture?
Okay, do we have like a poll?
I'm gonna kill him.
the poll?
I'm gonna kill him. Thank you.
this?
It's the
All
who
right.
stays poll. There we go.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
There you go,
Oh,
guys.
God.
I swear to God.
Yeah, so CRT is it is Marxism. It uses race as the pretext to define what oppression is. Okay.
Vote for
this is
me.
no different.
Now you vote for me.
This is the old
I'm
one.
voting for
What
me.
do you think Marxism
It's critical
is?
theory. Marxism is about using class oppression, right? The means of production
Chet,
versus
I
the
think-
worker.
The poll.
This is
The
right.
poll-
exactly why I
the
said you
poll
guys shouldn't
is-
talk about it.
The
The
poll
poll is
isn't
the
right,
old
Dylan.
one. The poll is the one last time, and no one can vote again.
Okay.
God,
This is
wait, it's the one from the old.
This is a goddamn. This is a goddamn clown show right now. Okay.
Fluff, you're demodded. Okay.
Apparently I'm
You're being
not on the
demodded.
Danabo
Okay.
sent the wrong one too, bro.
Oh boy.
I'm Fluff is
Apparently I'm not on
demodded
the
for
poll,
now.
so.
Okay, for the rest of the show.
This is
All right.
exactly why I said you guys that like having these tangential conversations about CRT is ineffective,
Danabo,
right?
fix
Like,
it. You're the only one who does this from
the
now on.
people
Fluff
in the,
doesn't
the
do
people
it.
don't the people in the chat don't understand that CRT is a legal theory, right? That bleeds into sociology and then is mapped on with critical theory, creating critical race theory. They don't understand that post-colonialism and whiteness studies are both subgroups but also not CRT. They don't understand that the 1619 Project took what was some ideas from CRT and then added that to a historical perspective as a means of using historical
graduate
separation and
level
race class. Right, it's a
We
graduate
sort of
already
level
talked about that,
legal
right?
framework, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Right,
is
but a lot of
also
the
taught.
concepts
I
are
appreciate that you just
pushed
said
into
but it's-
schools.
what. Yeah, you sort of just reiterated it, but
Yeah, I talk in a British accent since Pixel's talking an American accent.
that's Australian.
I'm Australian. What is the
Oh,
point of
not
a
even-
British accent?
not even really
Same
close.
difference.
Can I just say, to what extent
We
are
don't
we
teach this
perhaps
CRT.
over
We teach
intellectualizing what
them
happened in Virginia? Because like every time like a blue president gets voted in, then there is always a little bit of a swing back the other way, right? But it is, are we maybe like that's a pattern? Are we over intellectualizing this? Is it just very much the kind of like
why? If you want to know what happened in Virginia, I work in electoral politics. I can like break it down for you. Like the problem is they ran a really milquetoast. Yeah, no, I'm aware. But then I jumped in and people were like public school. So I was like, okay. But I mean, what happened was that the Democrats fucked up the messaging. They put out fake advertisements touting a endorsement from Trump. They didn't do enough advocacy for why people should vote for our candidate, and like didn't run on any ideas that were going to excite the base. I mean, we didn't win Georgia by catering to the middle. Neither Warnock or Ossoff won their race by capitulating to moderates. They put out bold ideas and messaged that rather than going negative and trying to do this like cutesy bullshit that the Virginia Democrats did. So like I would say,
well, that's the argument.
I have a genuine question for you. I have a genuine question. If you work in a space,
yeah, what's up?
How much of an influence do you think it had that the Lincoln Project and young Virginia Democrats had fake white supremacists and they got caught trying to associate him with that, and that there was corruption in the Virginia Democrat Party?
So what we know based on data that's come back and some of the polling information that we had, that specifically did not really have any sort of negative effect or like a tangible negative effect. It was likely marginal. However, when you think about how much money they likely spent to do that fucking stunt, and we didn't get anything out of it either. So I would consider that when I think about the opportunity cost of like if we reallocated our resources to actually like influence the race, spending the money that we could have spent that on such much more meaningful shit. But overall,
well, obviously it was corrupt. I was just wondering, like, if you knew how big it
had.
Was.
No, it had marginal effect. It wasn't. It's negligible.
I would take a little bit of a different take on it, right? Because McAuliffe actually was harmed pretty significantly by it, because he bid, right? He bid on that, like he was the fish. That was the hook. He bit into it, and he actually came out and said, no, this is terrible. It's the absolute worst representation of blah, 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 right? And then it came, 24 hours later, it comes out that the Lincoln Project had something to do with it. The blowback on his campaign was pretty freaking significant to be that late in the race.
What I'm telling you is the data disagrees with you. What I'm telling you is that based on exit polling, based on canvassing, like it shows that was not a key driver in terms of like driving behavioral trends.
Okay, so
like
what was the big reason? What was the big reason? 1 second, Fabian. What was the big reason why the rural areas he overperformed Donald Trump by and large, and then in all the cities, even though the larger cities still went predominantly for McAuliffe, that he way underperformed.
Mm-hmm. Right, but
president.
the problem with exit polling.
Hang on, I want her to answer that first, Fabian.
I mean, from what we've seen, the primary motivators driving those decisions for people to not vote Democrat, whether that means to stay home or whether that means to vote for the Republican, was either like the economy as a whole and also the dealing of COVID-19, whether that includes like school closures and whatever, or mask mandates and other things. That was another major driver and definitely was a sore point. Yeah, for
number 2 was education,
voters.
Number 1 was economy.
Exactly. And that's been fairly consistent across like different races in other states. So those tend to be
one quick follow-up. Then why is it that you said that people stayed home, potentially made us stayed home, but the voter tally for Virginia in this governor's election was higher than it's been in a long time? Because we had
mail-in voting.
I don't think the stay-at-home argument is valid.
We had mail-in voting.
Are you saying that the voter turnout was 100%?
No, we're saying that it was higher than it is normally in gubernatorial elections, but that's because we have mail-in voting. People don't have to go to the polls.
Well, that's
not. But also,
people were interested. People were interested and energized to vote. Okay.
Or had to fill out a simple thing online and get some shit mailed to them, right? It's easier to vote with mail-in voting,
Yeah.
so you're just going to have higher turnout. Whether or not that's good or bad, you can make that value judgment yourself. But
Higher
it's gonna
voter
require-
turnout, always
I
good.
think it's always good for the party that wins, right? It's bad for the party that loses.
Right,
So
exactly,
I
right,
guess you
like-
can make that argument, but
I mean, you could
Kinda
say
just
that about
disagree,
elections.
I don't
Great
know.
for the party that wins.
Yeah, no, I actually think that more
terrible.
people voting in general, making it easier for people to take part in the democratic process is always going to be a good thing if you
Well,
like.
I mean, first of all, fuck the
That's a
state.
hot take.
Okay, stop.
So,
You have the votes. They're in. Okay.
which one? How many votes do we have?
Don't worry about
We
it.
had
have
4
291
different
votes.
polls.
This was totally
I'm
this was
very
totally
angry.
best.
just
Okay.
so we're aware, I've had people in my chat telling me that they're voting for me and that I'm not getting any votes. So
Well, that's because they're undocumented, okay? And that's your problem.
They're
They
dead
didn't use
That's what
voter
you
voters.
did.
ID.
They're
They didn't
dead
use voter
voters,
ID.
bro.
They're dead voters. That's how it
well, if
works.
they're dead voters, they should count twice.
It's people and their pets. Their pets are trying to vote.
They're not sub to me, so they're
If
undocumented.
pets can pay rent, why can't
Anyway.
pets vote?
Now,
Adams, thank you.
the two lowest vote margins is Banks and Biggs. But as we all know, every round it's one left winger and one right winger. And the lowest right winger is Bink with a total of 0 votes.
Jeez.
And the lowest left winger is Denham's, just missing it by 2 votes.
I mean, you didn't have to call him out like that. You didn't have to use the numbers on him, man.
Yes.
I know,
mean,
right? Wow,
Blood
dude.
sports,
Wow,
jeez.
Dylan.
So this just means everybody needs to support me more in the next round, right?
Good luck.
Oh wait, is it Biggs or me?
It's
who's
you,
doing
Banks.
it?
You're gone. You're leaving.
Oh, okay.
We love you, Banks.
Aw.
Okay,
Thanks and
bye.
denims.
Denham's, thank you so much for coming. Binks, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming. Wonderful. Now I can bring in the next round of people. And do you think we want to keep going on this topic or do you want to move on?
Move on.
I
Fine, you
personally
go.
think we should absolutely keep going on this topic as I'm very fully informed about this topic. So.
You almost did it, but you didn't say it was a pretty,
Hey, wait a
pretty
minute.
Australian R sound there.
Where is your tea and your umbrella for the sun?
I can say that I think the
Informed.
Republican Party has a little bit of a better reputation in regards to protectionist economics. And so during the pandemic, where there was a lot of economic instability, I think that it's very easy to blame your state government, whatever that looks like. And so a change after a pandemic is always going to feel like, oh, okay, we need to get the economy back on track. Republicans have a reputation for being protectionist and like kind of very within country. And they're like, we want our jobs, we want economic stability, and I think that could have had something to do with it as well.
Can you just say for me before I probably get voted off next time? Can you just say I do declare in your southern draw?
Yeah, absolutely. I do declare that.
Nice.
Pretty close.
I'm very excited to have you over for sweet tea at some point in the future on my beautiful deck.
Listen to her
In the-
speaking proper English.
Thank you
It's
so
nice.
much.
This
I
is
can
too
now
much.
leave the panel
This
in
is
peace.
too much.
Just
for
make
my
sure that
friend.
deck is
Gotta
treated
talk
now.
down
Like
here
Australian
like
Southern
you
Belle.
just ate a biscuit with some honey on it.
Oh my stars.
Little
So
bit
you
of
actually
shrimp
take
and
a-
grits.
Take
If
a
you
look
take a
about
British
it.
or Australian accent and then intentionally add the rhotic R, that it probably is the closest thing to a proper English. Just
Okay.
saying.
So
The great vowel shift in
recently,
England changed,
recently, Donald Trump announced he'd be making his own social media platform, a Trump right-wing Twitter. And so, well, it very much looks like Twitter. So my question to you is, why do you think he's made this? Do you think it's necessary? And do you think it was prompted by censorship?
He's a narcissist.
Well,
No, it
Jake-
doesn't need
Jake,
to
I didn't-
exist.
Jake,
Oh, I thought we were just jumping in. Sorry, bro.
no. Biggs, you have 30 seconds. Quickly, everyone, we have 30 seconds at the starting of this. 30 seconds?
So I think that Trump made this obviously because he's kicked off Twitter, and he has his stupid email thing now. I think that he wants to put this out there so we can try to have some type of in touch with the people, maybe make some money as well. I don't know. If he does plan on running in the future in 2024, I think this is a good idea for him because if he can't be on Twitter, what else is he going to do?
Nacho?
Yeah, actually, I think it's kind of based. I don't really like Trump. This doesn't make me want to like go and vote for him, but like, he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's talked a lot about a lot of shit. He said how he wants to be the bastion of like free speech and all this shit, and he hasn't done anything. And so if he's actually finally putting money into like making a platform, good on him. And I hope it's successful, and I hope it's not just a bunch of crazy people in there. But yeah.
Wonderful. Next is going to be Jake.
Now it's my turn. Sorry, man. He is a narcissist, so yeah, of course he would do this. It's definitely going to be, you know, he wanted, kind of the reason he ran in the first place was kind of start Trump media stuff, which, you know, I'm sure that'll happen at some point, but it doesn't need to exist. But as far as free speech is concerned, I'm pretty sure when it came out, like Twitter had some of the info on the like terms of service. You can't really talk shit about Donald Trump on the platform. So if you can't do that, like, is it free speech? I don't know, man. Seems a little bit like a circle jerk. If y'all want to go do that in Gab too, go for it. It'll be good content for a little bit while it exists, but I can't imagine it's going to be sustainable.
Okay, next we're going to throw it over to Fabian Liberty.
Yeah, so I'm going to agree with actual Jake here on this. Yeah, it's fucking stupid, and the only reason it's happening is because Trump is a narcissist. I don't need additional tweets from Trump because he's taking a shit at 4 o'clock in the morning high on speed to like make my life better. What we need is distributed or decentralized networks. And Trump has the money to be able to create these systems and make it cheap and make it so that we actually can get away from censorship. All this is going to do is create another website with additional corporate interests that want to control speech in the way that they want to control speech, not give anybody the freedom to actually be able to have a distributed network where, you know, you can host on your own end, where you can't be silenced, where you can actually have free speech. This is just a right-wing version of Twitter, and Twitter fucking sucks because it's corporate bullshit that censors you. Why do you want a right-wing version of that? We need distributed or decentralized networks so that we can have real free speech and so that we can talk again like the internet used to be, when people were able to communicate without corporations fucking putting their hand in the fucking pot and controlling what you can and can't say and controlling how the algorithm, you know, puts forward the ideas that they prefer. It's just bullshit.
Okay, next is going to be Josie.
Okay, so this stuff is not unique, right? Like, people have had forums to talk in echo chambers where things like we've had 4chan, we've had different things where they've had like spaces where hate and right-wing talking points gives you speed without freedom. What I'm worried about of this is that it's setting another bar of entry to be the president of the United States. If this is successful, then what does that mean for the future? Every presidential candidate's going to have their own social media networking site now. Like I don't like how this is going to, because the bar is already high. You already have to have celebrity of some sort, and there is a lot of things already there. So it just is another way. It's a cash grab. One, it's a way to create an echo chamber. It creates an extremely high bar to enter the political arena at that level. And the corporations are going to completely take advantage of it. And the people who are going to be hurt are the people who vote for them.
Nope. You didn't come through, bud. Nope.
Audio problems, Dylan. Audio problems.
Rip.
Professional streamer.
Who?
All right, Maddie Cakes, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Trump created a social media network because Twitter kicked him off, and being the narcissist that he is in desperate search of that sweet, sweet hit of dopamine that he gets every time he tweets something and, you know, gets all these likes, and his fanboys are like, yes. And so he craves that attention. So yeah, that I would say is his primary motivator. Also, I think to him, this is almost a better solution than just tweeting, because now in the terms of service, people can't talk shit about him. So not only does he get to tweet whatever he wants and get lavished with praise, people aren't allowed to be critical of him. And to Donald Trump, that is fucking heaven. That's the dream, right? That is El Dorado. Like, it's everything he could dream for and more. And do I think it'll be successful or useful? Not really, because, like, listen, they tried the whole free speech thing on Parler, but it turns out in order to run a massive social media network, you need a shit ton of infrastructure, and that requires a lot more investment than I think Trump is willing to give, unless some like Koch brother decides to be his sugar daddy and fund it. But if they do, Godspeed. And if not, it's just going to be a sad place and probably just going to be great for memes.
Pixel.
I actually would go a little bit further. I think that Donald Trump has made this platform as a bit of a safe space for conspiracy theorists and to enable manufactured consent for like QAnon, basically. Because I think he realizes that these people want to be able to have these fucked up conversations based on like untrue things, and if he makes the platform, he can allow that to happen. And so I actually think it's far more nefarious than just narcissism. I actually think it is active cult building. I think it should be illegal. I think it's extremely problematic.
Her ramble was just.
And now more perfect union.
Yeah, so I think necessity is the mother of invention, right? When you can't get something done using the existing tools that are available to you, smart people go out and they figure out how to make their own. Whether it survives or doesn't survive is going to be in large part determined by the market, right? Marketplace of ideas, marketplace of people using it, any kind of revenue that can be generated off of it that either makes it self-sustaining or profit-driven for him. He's going to do it until it doesn't work. And then he has shown, as he has done in the past with a lot of different business enterprises, he'll walk away from it if it's a big loser after much time at all. The idea that it's just a place for people to do their right-wing conspiracy theories, QAnon, and all that other shit, that's no different than the whack jobs that exist on the left, right? Everybody's using a platform in order to be able to pull whatever kind of shit they want to pull in their own group and their own echo chambers. And all you got to do is look at left or right Twitch politics, and you see this stuff going on all the time, right? It's all an echo chamber. It's just a question of as to who's paying for it and who's going to gain from the back end.
Okay, the first hand I saw was Fabian, then I saw actual Jake, so I'll do in that order. Fabian?
I want to say that Biggs had his hand up way before me, but anyways, I'll just go with this. This is why people call left-wing crypto fascists. Like, this is exactly why. Like, you've all proven yourself to be pro-centralized authority, pro-large corporations, right? And against decentralized networks and against distributed networks so that we can have free speech, because you don't give a fuck about people's rights. You don't give a fuck about people's liberties. Instead, what you're scared of is the right wing having an echo chamber, even though Twitter is already a fucking left-wing echo chamber. Because you can't say like all kinds of shit that is just normal conservative opinion without being censored, right? Like, the answer to this is not for the right wing to create their own shitty version of Twitter, but the idea that like you're pro central authority and pro large corporation, so long as it censors the people that you don't like, is the very reason that people call the left crypto fascists, and you're proving them right. That's it. That's all.
It's interesting.
Crypto fascist, like specifically?
Crypto fascist.
Yeah, very, very specific argument
for them to start it.
Pretty specific.
So I only do fascism if it's on the blockchain.
I actually identify as
I don't think they
an
know what that
NFT.
word means.
Very frustrated. Okay, so now we're gonna throw it over to actual Jake.
All right.
Then Biggs, then Nasha.
So as far crypto fascism, you sort of tripped me up there whenever we started talking. So as far as like the echo chamber stuff, I guess I don't think that you not being able to refrain from like using slurs is like an echo chamber. Like I mean I interact pretty regularly with almost exclusively right-wing people. Not you. I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. It's not about you. If you feel like that was about you, that's on you, man.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear. Okay, so.
All right, so
the thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play audio of people screaming for the next 2 hours so we can get the same experience, and you guys don't have to do any work, and it's going to be great. No? Wonderful.
All right.
So we're going to have actual Jake finish his point, then we're going to have Fabian respond, then we're going to go back to the list, okay?
Sure. Well, I wasn't responding specifically to Fabian saying he wants to say slurs. It's sort of like the royal, like as far as the idea of an echo chamber that I got from Virginia Tech guy whose name I forgot, but I'm sorry. We haven't talked before.
You
My
may
bad.
call me my liege.
More perfect union. Yeah. I don't know what the idea of the echo chamber is. Like, just don't break TOS. That's fine. And I don't think it takes a lot not to like, again, slur. But as far as like the idea that we don't want like some sort of public Twitter, make a public Twitter. I don't give a shit. If you want a governmentally funded sort of like public square Twitter thing, I'm 100% behind that. I don't think any leftist is necessarily anti that. I think most of us don't
Someone on
want
this panel
corporations.
just said it should be illegal.
Say what should be
you guys
illegal?
literally just argued against it.
I
You're
didn't say
saying,
it should
I
be
don't think
illegal.
anyone on the
Pixel
left-
did.
Somebody said they thought it was crazy and it's because he's a narcissist and they think it should be illegal.
I don't think it should be.
No.
No. Wait. Pixel said it should be. Pixel. Wait. That was Pixel's take. That's not my take. I don't care. Like Pixel can have her take, but I don't know.
50% of the panelists.
But these are the loud voices that are being heard.
What are you talking about? I'm talking right now, bro. I literally am saying my take, not anybody else's fucking take. My take is that you can make whatever goddamn social media site you want. It will sort itself out insofar as a success. I don't think most leftists want corporations in charge of free speech, which is why we attack Facebook. I mean Meta, which is why we attack things like Twitter and stuff like that. You can have public spaces like this. There's no leftist that's anti-freedom necessarily in the way that Republicans tend to be anti-freedom. Some people just want to live their fucking lives, bro.
With Parler being taken down.
Do I have a problem with
Because of
Parler being
lies
taken down?
Yes, because of lies when it was actually Facebook that was perpetrating the majority of the issues.
I don't-
Why Parler
I don't
was taken
think-
down.
I don't
Do you have
think-
a problem with that. It was a coordinated attack. Do you have a problem with that?
Do I have a
Facebook
problem,
censored
like
the
an
New York
ethical
Post.
problem with
Okay,
Parler
yes.
being taken down?
Yes,
No, I don't
because they
care.
were- okay, sure. Yep,
Exactly.
good.
But I mean, like, as far as Parler's efficacy within the market of social media, it was a pretty dog shit app. I downloaded it to see what it was about.
It doesn't matter if it was
didn't
dog
work.
shit, They were taken. No, they were taken down. They were
Who gives?
deplatformed.
Okay,
It was a
but that wasn't
coordinated
me. I didn't
attack
vote for that.
Wait.
Wait, I didn't. What? I'm not in charge of that. Why are you mad at me about it? You can make Parler too.
Because you
Okay.
just agreed with it.
Stop.
That's what I was.
Okay.
Agreed with it. I
I'm
just
gonna
said I
go to
didn't
the
care.
list. Nacho, you're next.
Yeah,
gives
so
a shit?
yeah, there was a lot being said, but like just some stuff that I was picking up from the openings. Like somebody said something about like that every president's going to have their own social media platform. Like, no, I don't think this is the case at all because they're really expensive to start and they're really expensive to maintain and they're hard to like make and do well. That's why nobody's came and defeated Facebook and Twitter, et cetera, Instagram, all the stuff. That's why these guys are just buying up all their competition because they understand the game. But if this is like our former presidents or candidates going to use their power to become pundits or social media like acolytes for their side or their causes? Yeah, of course, because that's the way this has worked throughout history, left and right. Democrats and Republicans, after they're elected, go on to speak and do all kinds of things, or they'll go on Fox, or they'll go on CNN, or whatever they choose to do. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's nefarious. I think just like I think More Perfect Union was saying earlier, there was a demand for this. So he supplied an option. That's all it is. And we've seen a bunch of people trying to do this. Gab and Parler and all these other people. Like, and if you don't want, someone you think is a bad actor to be the ones that are providing this, then either the current social media companies need to change and become more, at the very least, more consistent and stop letting people talk about genociding other countries on their platform in one country and then be like, oh yeah, but you can't say like, you can't be mean to this person or that person, in America. So, and if we're supposed to be the bastion of free speech, then they need to be, then they need to set the example here.
There's such a big difference between being mean and using slurs. You know what I mean? You can be mean. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Maddie's next.
People are getting banned for literally speaking out these things.
The companies get to choose their terms of service, man. Like, you signed up for it.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. But then you're gonna have people that are gonna come out.
Maddie's next.
next.
No
Okay,
problem with
so
that.
first of all, before I go into my larger point, I just want to say it's so refreshing to hear that right wingers would want to force Amazon as private company to host another company on their servers. I think what a breath of fresh air.
Nobody
that
said that.
position is.
Nobody
So
said
thank
that.
Didn't say that.
Nobody
it's
said
your
that.
turn. No, it's not your turn.
You literally
It's
said
his
it should be
turn.
illegal,
It's
and now
his
you're
Nobody
trying
said
to.
it.
He
Turn.
walks away for
Stop
1
trying to
second.
How about you let her talk?
Nobody said it. at
1
all.
second, Dylan walked away.
I walk away.
Nobody
You're being
said it.
such a fucking hypocrite.
Wait.
Just stop.
Stop.
Quiet.
Okay. Wait.
Down.
Now that is it
You're for
is
using the
coincidence-
power of the
wait.
state. Like, just
Hey.
stop.
Okay, Fabian's muted because he didn't listen. You'll be muted for the rest of the round. So, Maddie, I walk away for 5 seconds and everybody fucking flips out. I don't know if
Dylan,
that's
I
a
take full
coincidence or not.
responsibility. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Maddie,
I
can you-
just
Can you finish whatever you were
You
trying
just
to
have
say?
that ability to trigger the righties.
Yeah,
True.
It's
so
not a
Yeah.
trigger. It's just a, we
okay,
call
okay.
it
Can we
lies,
go on? We
but
only have
that's
5. We
okay.
have 5 minutes, so let's keep it going, Maddie.
It's a blessing and a curse, mostly a curse. So, yeah. So what I'm saying is like that was a breath of fresh air. I'm so relieved to hear that you are pro forcing a company to make a decision that aligns with your politics, rather than people.
Nope.
Weaponizing market forces to make it not advantageous for a company to do business with another company. That is
Nope.
simply people using their influence collectively. So weird that you think the government should step in and force
Nope.
them to make that
Nope.
happen. That is
Nope. Nobody said that.
Nope.
Nobody said that. It was just a shit take.
Shush.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had a pause, so I thought I'd jump in.
Shush. Yeah, it turns out when I pause, I'm transitioning to another sentence. So,
Oh,
like, what I'm
really?
trying to
Hey,
say
she has
is
to
this.
breathe, okay?
What
She
I'm
has to
also
breathe.
trying to say is this. What I'm also trying to say
When does
is
that
this,
ever happen?
is that quiet you. So listen,
that
like
even
what I'm also
mean?
saying is that I don't think it's not illegal, and nor should it be illegal for a former president or anyone to
Jesus
start
fucking
a social media network. However, if that social media network then becomes the breeding ground for conspiracy theories that are directly detrimental to people's health, like the conspiracy theories around COVID and public health ordinances, if it's then used to organize things like January 6th, like that's a fucking problem, and that is a problem.
And
that
that
the
was a
government
lie.
has
That's what we're talking
every
about.
right
law, though,
to step
like
into. So it's just,
Honestly,
Okay.
like,
So wait 1 second. Okay, we only have 4 minutes. We only have 3 minutes left. So, Maddie, raise your hand. Pixel, raise your hand. I don't know why. Okay, that person won't get a raise your hand then. Okay, Fabian, raise your hand. Josie, raise your hand. Biggs, raise your hand. American Nacho, raise your hand. Actual Jake, raise your hand. Now, Josie hasn't had a lot of time to speak, so I'm gonna make sure to give it over to Josie to speak.
Thank
Around
you.
right now, just make sure. And
Yes, absolutely.
after that, we have I think Pixel and More Perfect Union, and then we're wrapping up the round.
Okay, so I think this is funny how this argument is divulging into like the left wants this. This was a critique on something that already is existing. Nobody's saying, "Oh, this can't happen." It will collapse on its own. And then the argument, the idea that we are saying, "Oh, these things can get planned on these things, and that's why these things have to be regulated in some way," is because domestic terrorism does exist in this country, and we do have to take care of that and monitor those things. So that's why we have rules such as TOS and government regulations on how we communicate. It's really, really important. And as far as the argument about creating systems that are going to be, if Donald Trump is a successful candidate and has this network, it is going to be the norm of how we do business, is that the biggest echo chamber needs to win. And I agree, we need to figure out a way to make Twitch and Twitter and all of these other organizations be better, but we all sign a contract when we get into these platforms. We have TOS. It's not about being mean, it's about being hateful. There's a huge difference between the two things. Being mean is saying oh, shut up, stop, right? Being hateful is saying somebody's existence isn't worthy of living. Okay. And that is how it is. Exactly like what you're doing with the crying tears. That's being mean. But what you're referencing is the hatefulness about how we're trying to complain about that. And that's the problem. And the fact is that we need to be able to work together as a community and stop blaming each other and creating straw men and saying we agree with certain aspects of things when we believe in free speech and freedom just as much as anybody else. In fact, the liberals on this panel are the ones that care about freedom because they're the ones that want people to be able to live in this country without ridicule and being completely abused. So that's the point.
Okay, next
take
is
me to
going.
church. Take me to church, Josie.
Pixel is next.
Yeah, I also think I'm surprised that the incredibly based, logical right on this panel don't disagree with this more. You realize if these sorts of insular platforms become the norm, the representation of like your party is literally going to be QAnon conspiracy quacks. Like, that is the voices that are going to take over the entire party. Is that something that you want to happen? Is that something that you're all comfortable with?
No,
Like-
we would rather everybody be in the public square together so that all these ideas can be challenged instead of banning them so that they can galvanize their positions and say, see, told you, I was right all along. That's why they banned me.
But
That's what these people do,
this
man.
this same panel,
Do
this
you
same
think that
panel.
private companies should be forced to like allow anyone to say
This is
anything
all-
on their
No,
platform?
no,
Because
I don't
part
think
of
so.
the reason
It's all
they have
specious.
TOS,
Dylan, am
the
I
reason
next?
they
I thought I
have
was
TOS
going
is
next.
to insulate
You are, just let the
themselves from
interaction happen. I'll
potential
pass it over to you, don't
legal
worry.
action. Like they're mitigating risk by having TOS in the first place.
True.
So what you think is them trying
These things
to
are already
drive
against the
a
law,
like
though.
political thing. It's like, no, the reason they enforce that is because if something were to happen on their platform, that would make them legally
All the planning for January 6th happened on
liable.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. The majority of it did. Yes, Parler was used, but this was like a fraction of what social media platforms are actually used to do all that.
Right,
planning.
but per capita within Parler is the point, right?
Stop.
Not the overall
The
number.
FBI has already said that Parler was not a precursor transfer mechanism for a lot of the bullshit that went on for January 6th, which is why everybody got pissed off, and that's why they got deplatformed. It wasn't because they didn't have great TOS or had any TOS. They could have become a competitor to Twitter or Facebook, okay? And that pissed some people off. They used January 6th as a shut up. They used the pretext of January 6th, okay, to get them deplatformed. And when they went off of Google Play, went off of App Store, and then Amazon to shut them down, they couldn't even get their code. Okay,
so
they could not even get the code that made their platform.
Did you?
If you
Okay,
follow,
what would you? What would you?
One second.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry. Go ahead.
wait,
Yeah, and as
wait,
far- hang on, let me finish because
wait,
then he
no,
says
I
something.
stop. Wait. Okay, but the thing is, we don't have any time, so I gotta make sure everybody has time to speak. So not everybody's gonna be able to say everything they want to. So I got to throw over to Biggs because I did see you wanted to speak, and I gotta give you 30 seconds before we have to close it all.
it'll be
up.
quick. So to pick back off what More Perfect Union was saying, the literal reason why Parler was taken down was because it was the fastest growing platform at the time. And they lied about it being the facilitator of the January 6th issues. The actual, after the FBI came back and studied and did their investigation, it ended up being Facebook that was actually the ones that were the most predominant people that were causing this issue, right?
Just like 2016 election.
Exactly. So, well, I don't know about that. Sorry, but yeah. So what happened was it was literally just let me finish, please. Let me finish. It was literally a coordinated attack on Parler because it was growing to challenge the big tech groups of Twitter and Facebook. Okay, we know that is true. So if you guys want to sit here and say that was not true, you guys are fucking lying. And you're just bringing up facts that just don't have anything to do with the relevant conversation. As far as Trump and this media issue with his new social media network, more power to him. I probably won't get on it because it's probably not going to do very well. But if it does start picking up steam, I'll probably get on it. But the issue is we should have as much options as possible. That's the best way to promote the most generic and the most beneficial to everybody policies and the most benefit to everybody to get their voices heard. More options are always better.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna have actual Jake, then More Perfect Union, and then we're wrapping it up because I have 2 minutes left.
I think
so 1 minute each.
I think it's funny how you don't want to eat off-brand Doritos, but you're like, yeah, give me 7 off-brand Twitters, please. Please, more social media apps. That would be ideal.
One
Please,
is good,
Jesus.
So monopolies are good. Is what you're saying? Monopolies are good.
I mean, there's more
I
than
don't
one
think you
social
agree with
media
that. I
site.
think you're fucking being disingenuous.
No, there's already more than one social media site. Well,
Wait, are you pork shaming people for eating off-brand?
No, I'm saying you don't
Dude,
want
what the
them.
fuck, bro?
Anyway, so as far as
Fabian. Now he's remuted.
Jesus fucking
that.
Christ.
What the fuck?
Anyway, so the point is there's other social media sites other than Twitter, but a lot of them aren't being Twitter clones, right? You can have Twitter and Facebook, I mean Meta, or Insta, whatever, TikTok, that's fine. All these things happen, but there's only going to be a few that are going to be good. Like I said at the beginning, you can make a public version of these things if you want. I'm fine with that. And you can have like very limited TOS to where like we can't exchange CP, but you can do as much QAnon as you want. I don't know, whatever that shakes out to be is fine with me. I don't really give a shit. I just don't think that you guys having these little tiny insular communities is like interesting for anybody. I don't think anybody wants it. I don't think it's viable. This particular one, specifically the Trump thing, it's pretty clearly a vanity project so he can try to get some more money out of his base because that's just how he is, man.
Okay, so I just want to kind of end it up. I'll take 30 seconds. I just want to end it up by saying a lot of people started out saying that Trump was a narcissist.
Yeah.
Okay. All politicians are narcissists, and anybody wearing a
Not all.
corn suit to a debate.
It happened, chat.
can't
It
exclude
happened.
themselves from that.
We did it again. Happens every
Who's
time,
wearing
man.
a corn suit?
It looks like corn. What
Who's
is it?
wearing a corn suit?
What is it? What's the suit, Jake?
Every time,
Andrew,
bro.
He's a proud. He's a proud
Every
corn
fucking
cob. How
time.
dare-
You should
He's
be
a corn
proud.
person.
Isn't corn like
I'm
a very
wearing a
based
meat suit.
American
He's a whole grain. I'll
economic
give him
thing?
that.
Shouldn't
Hey
you be
man,
happy
I live in the
about that?
breadbasket of America, dude. If you're
He's a whole
anti-corn, you're
grain.
anti-American, and
Okay.
you're
He's a
Republican,
Whole grain,
so you're probably
and he's a walking
anti-American.
billboard. He's a walking
Corn is an
billboard for Iowa
all-American.
farmers.
It's a very unpatriotic
Okay,
take of you.
Michigan
so
farmers, get it
anyways,
right.
Okay.
And I love
Okay.
America.
I bet
Michigan's
you do.
based.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the round should be wrapping up. Now the poll
Gotta
is
peel
taking
it.
time to load all the votes, but I don't really have much of an option, so we have to move forward with what we have. Okay. And so we
People were
have.
saying they couldn't vote for me. By the way.
I didn't see
Yeah,
any vote
I
posted.
keep.
Yeah, none of these votes are showing up. This is rigged.
Well, you know what? Sure it is. And I'm
Stop
gonna
the
make-
steal.
I have no option, so we're gonna
I'm
have to
gonna
just
sue.
go with what it is. I bet you. will.
Dylan promised me this time there wasn't going to be a
Maddie wins
bureaucracy
just
behind
based on hair
everything. So.
alone.
There's no
Dominion
bureaucracy.
is-
This is what
that
democracy
silver
is like.
on
It's a
black
mess.
is
I
amazing.
juiced up
Disgusting,
steroids
people
for
do
this,
This
man.
is
Come
what
on.
democracy looks
Look,
like.
this is what democracy looks like. When you don't have a group of 3 judges pick everybody that wins and loses, you just have people who lose their votes, and you have voter suppression. And this is what
Bring
democracy
Zerka
looks
in.
like. Congratulations. So, I'll refresh it one more time in case the votes come in. Oh, Nacho, you're gonna be very happy. Okay,
Oh fuck.
so at the bottom with 0 votes is both MPU and Biggs, meaning they're tied for last. The
There's
left.
This is. I'm sorry. I love you, Dylan.
Is there something you want to share with the class?
Remember,
Your
never
hair is
concede.
amazing, Dylan. I love the luscious locks.
True.
I used to have long hair,
Wait a
and I'm so
second.
jealous that I can't have it currently. That's why I'm growing my beard out.
You didn't
long.
even vote for yourself, Big.
Why can't you have
Okay,
long hair?
now wait. Actually,
This is
MPU just
natural.
got some votes. He just came in. He just got 43 votes out of nowhere. He got a
Dude.
last-second dead drop. That
Stop
means the
talking.
person in last with 0 votes is Biggs with 0 votes. And the lefty with the least amount of votes, I am very sorry to say, is Josie Rose. Meaning,
Aw.
What did I do?
Josie,
Rick,
she
I'm
just
not
got
popular.
here.
I'm sorry.
I'm just not popular. I'm not the cool
Hoorah.
kid.
I'm
You're
sorry,
my favorite,
Josie.
Josie.
I know.
Same.
I didn't think I said anything wrong. I see how it is. This is rigged.
Everybody,
True.
see, democracy's rigged,
Rigged,
bureaucracy's rigged,
rigamortis.
everything's rigged.
It's the
Hey,
Democracy is better
everybody-
than
everybody in your
bureaucracy.
chat is saying that it's rigged. So I
I'll
mean,
march with you,
This
Josie.
is-
Send me the
I
time and the
didn't even
place.
see the link, to be honest with you, so I don't know what's
Stop
happening.
the steal, stop the steal.
Josie,
I
come
didn't
on by
see
the
the
corn
link
crew.
at all.
They like you.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of love in my
Sorry.
chat. So.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry.
I love you,
until
Dylan. Thank
the
you so
vote
much for
comes at
having me. You're
3
amazing.
a.m.
Everybody's amazing. Thank you so much.
Love you, Biggs.
I
Appreciate
always
you
get
stopping
eliminated
by.
first round on everything
Drink some
Dylan
beer,
does.
Biggs.
It's because
very
people
sorry,
can't handle
Josie.
your power, Josie. They can't handle it.
I know they can't handle the base trans girl on the panel. I
Rolling
get it.
out
I get it.
for the homie Biggs.
It's true.
I
It's
love
true.
you, Josie.
I'll see if
And
I can get
Josie.
you for a normal panel in the future. See you later.
All right. All right.
See you,
Bye.
Josie.
Bye bye. Okay.
All right.
So
Man.
So technically, it's not a steal unless the
Now,
votes come in. At
we're
3
adding
a.m.
in. I'm really important, and the leader of the Wolf Pack, self-declared People's Champion, critically thinking veteran. These are the last 2 add-ons. From now on, it should be easy sailing, hopefully. Now,
Ooh, those glasses.
I am willing to continue with this topic if you want to, and I'll give IRI first speak on the topic since he's been watching diligently.
Dude, I don't even know what the topic is. What is it?
Wait, I didn't know you were watching on your
Great
stream.
question.
It's not self.
He was paying attention. Look at those glasses, man. He's too cool for that shit.
Yeah,
Look,
I was
it's-
yucking it up in the green room. What do you mean?
Yeah, and it's not self-declared, asshole. The millions and millions of CTV's fans have declared it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen.
What's the
Okay.
topic? I
So
could
the
do this.
topic
Is that
the
pickle
topic is
juice or
Trump social-
moonshine?
The
Might be a little
topic.
of both.
Okay, stop. The topic is Trump's social media platform, and whether he had to create it out of censorship or egotism.
Well, if it's going to be anywhere near as shitty as his From the Desk of Donald Trump blog, then I think not worried about it for a second. The problem with Donald Trump's social media, like Getter and Parler and all the other crap
Dipping
ones
out
they
just
got,
because
is
eyes here.
the other ones is there's no libs to own. And these conservatives need to own libs if they're going to be on social media. So total waste of time. Gonna fail. Take another L. Put it on the pile.
Wait. Wait, we
That's
don't.
quite unique. That's
strong.
quite unique from this
From
week.
over there, okay?
Wait. First of all,
plenty to go around.
You guys were supposed to win Virginia. That's what's happened since
You were
the
supposed
80s.
to clean sweep it
Wait,
with the
what?
most diverse top
Wait,
3
what?
candidate pile ever.
You were supposed to win New
Wait,
Jersey
diversity?
too, by the way, but you didn't.
Identity politics there. I like that shit. Hell yeah, dude.
Since 1977, let's go.
A Jamaican
wait, I can't
immigrant
hear
wins
him.
lieutenant
Wait,
governor, and a guy of Cuban descent wins the attorney
Oh,
general.
I thought it
That's
didn't.
pretty
I thought it didn't matter.
Wait, okay.
You
I
guys
don't know
should
why.
support
Okay,
that.
I don't know why we're talking about Jamaican immigrants. But
either.
Ira, can
talking
you
about,
finish what you were
the
saying?
election.
I'm done. I think I made my point.
Okay.
All right, I just want to point out the fact that everyone is still talking about these large corporate entities that we know censor people, right? We know that they engage in censorship, be it left wing or right wing. Gab has been famous for censoring people because of their pro-Christian values, right? Like we know that the Trump network is probably going to have the same fucking shit going on. I don't understand why the left is so fucking afraid of freeing the code and having decentralized and distributed networks.
Didn't I say I was for that? Why are you saying
You said
no?
you were for public. You said you were for public Twitter.
I mean, sure, do
Right,
whatever
like
you
the
want. I don't give a
taxpayers
shit
pay
what
for
you
it.
do.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, no, fuck public. I don't want the state having their fucking.
Sure,
land.
but you know what I
Then
mean. Like
decentralized
open source. Open source is.
distributed networks.
I said open source public. That's fine. I don't care. Like I don't think there's a leftist that would be like no open source free social media. I don't really. Like if you can provide the apparatuses, if you can provide the infrastructure necessary.
Jake.
Bullshit, Jake. What? I'm literally saying it right now. I'm not against these things. I don't
You
know.
don't want Nazis to have the ability to
might not
speak
be,
to
but other
you.
people
What are you
would
talking
really
about?
argue that it'd be illegal.
If you want to have an open source social media network and you want Nazis on there, go for it.
Tengo una pregunta.
You're okay
Yes.
with Nazis.
Okay. Wait.
I don't-
Wait.
on the Daily
Stop.
Stormer, right?
Stop.
I'm just saying it. I don't know why.
Wait, Jake. Okay. So this is what we'll do. If you're fine with an open source social media, raise your hand.
I'm open for social
Okay.
media that doesn't discriminate.
Even know
So
what-
it's okay.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't know what that
everybody.
is.
Okay.
Open
It
source.
doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be public. It doesn't.
What
have
does that
to, It can
mean?
be private, public, whatever.
I don't know what that
Well,
means
I mean,
either. I mean,
the only reason I said public is because that's the only way that you're going to have the financial apparatus necessary to maintain the servers for such a thing. But if you can figure out a way, to do it privately, I don't care.
Social media?
What?
You're
I'm
okay
for
with
the
Nazis.
discrimination of, like,
Jesus
social
Christ.
media.
Okay, no.
Based
I
on
can't.
ideology.
I can't
That's
hear.
period.
I can't hear him either.
I can't hear anything. So this is what we're gonna do. Nobody's gonna talk. Okay? Nobody's gonna talk, and I'm gonna tell people who do talk and who don't talk. And so the Rumble's dead for the next few minutes. Okay?
Woo!
No, it is. Okay? So Maddie was raising their hand, so we're gonna have Maddie talk first.
Thank you. Yeah, so I have a question. And this is a question sort of just to the righties. Hi, CTV. So when you're talking about censorship and having things being censored, are you defining that as an algorithm that makes it so that the content someone sees is the kind of content that they are most likely to engage with? Or are you because that's what all the social media networks do. That's also something that all these search engines do. I used to work at Google. I'm well aware of the workings of their algorithm and how it uses AI machine learning to look at what behaviors they want to drive. So, are you all for not having any sort of algorithm to make it so that you have an optimized experience? Or, what is your definition of censorship? Because it seems to me that you use that as a blanket term for I see things I don't like, and when people violate TOS, that must be censorship. What exactly, how do you define what censorship is? Because what you're describing in a lot of cases is simply what is or isn't TOS, and then what is or isn't surfacing because of how the algorithm is structured, and the algorithm is structured specifically to drive specific behavior. I'm just confused.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw it over to Fabian because Fabian hasn't been able to talk in a while because he's been muted because he kept breaking the rules. Fabian.
What a
Yeah.
bad
So
guy.
first of all, you're engaging with a straw man that's not there, right? The idea that the algorithm doesn't deplatform or de-rank conservative opinions and voices is just utter bullshit, and I won't even engage with that because it's just not true. But more importantly, what we have to understand is that you guys are having a discussion about corporations and their policies and adhesion contracts, right? Because that's what a terms of service is an adhesion contract, right? And the problem is this is a philosophical issue. This is a philosophical issue about what is free speech, right? Because in America, we have this kind of fucked up idea that free speech is this right given to us by the Constitution, right? But no, what it is it's an enshrinement of an idea that we have, right? So free speech is an idea. It's not necessarily the First Amendment to the Constitution, right? And so we very clearly see that these companies are going against the ideals of free speech when they create terms of services that are specifically designed in such a way that they silence conservative voices, right? Because, I mean, things like pronoun and misgendering, for example, the left feels very strongly about that. The right, that is just standard parlance for half of the country, that they don't want to engage with calling you a gender that you choose to prefer. And you say, well, that's hate speech. But it's like, yeah, but that's a political opinion of half of the country that the other half doesn't agree with. Right.
What?
And so, and then also algorithmic 3D ranking. There's plenty. I mean, if any conservative that's been on YouTube for 2 or 3 years has watched tons and tons of channels get kicked off and had to go to BitChute or Rumble or Odyssey for bullshit that the left violates constantly.
Oh my God,
Not a lot of lefties dropping the N bomb.
Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin. It's literally the people who are
Yeah,
going on
you're
YouTube.
engaging-
Right.
Get him, Pixel.
You're engaging on such a level there. Like, you're talking about enshrined, really large
They're
platform
getting
people
banned for
right?
slurs,
You're
bro.
talking about middle tier and low tier conservative voices
Oh my
that find
God.
it
Frilly is gendered.
extremely
Fuck
difficult
you.
to grow.
Not cool.
Are you just mad you don't have more viewers? Like, what is this? I'm just not as big. Is that the?
No,
Is that
my YouTube has been out for like 5 months and it's a pet project. It's not even what I'm
It's a
doing.
pet project. It's not that.
What's wrong with
I've
you?
got 6
want
videos
yours.
on there.
Actually answering Maddie's
I don't
question.
want them.
Dude, that's abuse.
Oh,
Oh.
here's
I
the
don't want
here's the problem I
yours.
have with
Yours are stupid.
here's the problem I got with what
Same.
Maddie said, right? Maddie said if you're being censored because you're having content from some algorithm like Google that is giving you the kind of content that you're more likely to want, that just becomes a self-reinforcing nightmare for echo chambers. Okay?
I don't know.
And-
I would have
and
been. I would have been more convinced if Maddie would have owned it a little bit better. I don't think she really meant that viewers are bad. I don't think she really meant it.
You're right, CTV. I lied. I'm insecure. I'm desperate for viewers. Please give me money.
He got you, man. He
Yeah.
nailed you to the wall.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, look, the argument that people just want to see more content that they want, that's something that if you don't have if I want to look at an issue, I want to see both sides of the issue, right? I want to see where the left is, where the right is, or where the middle is, and try to figure out how I can get a more complete picture. You used to be able to do this a lot better in the days before we had cell phone cameras and all the social media channels that we have, right? You still had structural bias in the media, right? The angle of the lens on the TV, you see what the technical director wants you to see, or in the newsprint, what the particular line of thought that newspaper wanted to push. There was a much wider line of demarcation between news and editorial content.
Do you think that like
Now, with
right
social
wing
media,
news
this is
sources
all jammed together?
Do you think that right wing news sources are like reputable, like they do good journalism?
No, I don't think any news. This is the problem. I don't think in this age of modern social media, I don't think any news source is reputable.
They run it as like entertainment, right? Like you recognize.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are correct thinking, meaning you can analyze. You can look at social media. You can look at the news media, and you can see where people are picking and where they're broadcasting it and just regurgitating it over. And the people that tend to gravitate towards certain media outlets and channels, they want to hear those particular things. That's why MSNBC and CNN and these guys, they have the most left-wing people ever Watching
No, there's not.
Yeah, that's really.
Don't
What do you mean that's not? That's true. What do you mean?
Anybody sits on this channel in this debate right now and says that CNN and MSNBC
There
are
we
far
go.
left and that Fox isn't far right and Epic Times isn't far right?
You think
you're full of
MSNBC?
shit.
You think MSNBC and CNN like
Are far left? Yes, we got Joy Reid.
Bro,
Joy Reid said that. Joy
I don't
Reid
think
said that
I
a
think you need to
black
tier
woman
3
who was
subscribe to the
elected
Corn
lieutenant
Crew,
governor
okay?
of Virginia
Because you
was
don't really
elected
understand what
because
far
of
left
white
is.
supremacy.
Aren't you
Let's
on,
let's
like,
stop.
a-
very least they
Stop. Okay. So
Yeah, I don't.
I had technical problems, and I thought maybe they could moderate themselves. That was not the case. So this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. So I'm gonna say, here's the question, because something keeps getting thrown out by Fabian. It's the idea that, well, people are getting kicked off social media platforms with just normal, like, conservative opinions. My question would be then, what opinion that should be platformed on Twitter is not currently being allowed to be platformed on Twitter? Fabian, that's a direct question for you. I'm interested.
Women are spreading COVID.
You should platform
True.
literally everything. Literally all
man.
opinions. And here's why. When you have people listen, just let
Is
me
that a
listen to my
euphemism?
explanation.
Can I go next?
Let's look at a very specific example of an obviously extreme right-wing channel that's gone into its own space. Red Ice TV, right? These were ethno-nationalists, many would say white supremacist views that were on YouTube. Now, what happened when you got rid of Red Ice TV is, yes, their viewership did go down, but the problem is that because they
CTV,
moved to
stop laughing.
because they moved to other platforms, right? Because they moved to being on internet forums and being on Rumble and BitChute and places that were open to them, their ideas weren't challenged. And so what ends up happening is viewers of these ideas begin to believe that these people are arbiters of truth. What you have done by creating censorship is that you have created an echo chamber where people believe that because they're being censored, it must mean that they're right, and it leads them down dark paths of conspiracy theories. But the very idea that Pixel Mixel is saying, like, oh, by having our own right-wing Twitter, we're going to have additional conspiracy theories, is to an extent true. When you create echo chambers instead of allowing everyone to be a part of the conversation, you actually do worsen these situations. It's this idea that we should accept corporate censorship because it aligns with those ideas of the
Thank you,
Overton
Leah.
window.
I appreciate
It's
you.
against the very ideas of on liberty. It's
You're
against Enlightenment
105th.
principles. It's against
Wait.
liberalism. Like, I'm the only fucking lefty here because I'm a free speech absolutist.
Okay, got it.
No doubt you're a lefty.
Based.
Okay, stop.
Noted.
We're gonna go in this order. We're gonna go IRI, Jake, Maddie. I'm gonna go in that order because IRI hasn't talked too much. IRI?
Yeah, are you against censorship on radio and TV and everything too?
I'm
Yes.
an ANCAP. Fuck the state and fuck the FCC.
So you just want like little kids to watch like just porn during their
No, I want
cartoons
little
on
kids to have
Saturday and
their
everything?
Or to
fucking
learn it
pay
in school,
attention.
I
Huh?
guess.
I don't want.
But what if the parents
You
can't
don't
do
think
anything?
that society needs
I
any
can't
school
wait.
Parents
programming?
can't control.
Stop. That is not how a question is asked. You don't ask a question that everybody fucking jumps on it at the same time, okay? So, IRI asks a question to one person. So everybody else that isn't Fabian Liberty can literally shove it, okay? IRI, please ask the question again.
Do you want to allow for porn during Saturday morning cartoons, Fabian?
I would allow the television channels to do whatever the fuck they want. Yes, parents should be monitoring what the fuck their kids are watching. It's a
Brilliant.
parent's responsibility to not let their kids watch porn. Like, why is
they
that?
want
Didn't you want to ban books from school?
Fine.
I don't want to ban books from school at all. I want parents to have the right to be able to understand what it is that their children are reading and be able to decide for themselves, because of their parental rights, whether or not they want their children to engage with specific content that is lewd and lascivious, and that they can exercise those rights instead of the state being the arbiter of what children can or can't be propagandized on.
I
Yeah,
trust
but
the
the
state
parents
more
don't
than
have-
parents. Most parents are idiots.
Yeah, well, lefties always
Terry
think,
McAuliffe.
but the state has done a lot of fucking worse shit than parents have ever done.
You think there should be no
True.
societal organization whatsoever? None.
I never said that. No, that's silly.
Well, okay.
But that's what you're
You said that's
arguing
the state.
for.
No, it's not. I'm just arguing against the state.
So
Not
you said
arguing
you wanted
against
to allow
communities.
every
It's
opinion.
organizing to silence people, and yeah, fuck no.
So you wanted to allow every opinion. Like, you realize, like, 4chan, 8chan and stuff, like, even they have TOSs because people, like, share too much child porn. Like, do you want child porn allowed on, like, these social media platforms?
Dude, I don't know what you're watching on
obviously
social media
content
platforms, but that's not what we're watching.
No. I'm saying if you no. What? I'm saying if you're saying I want to allow every opinion and have no censorship whatsoever, that would include pedophiles. Is that fine with you?
No, that wouldn't
Why
include
am I
pedophiles.
not
Why would that not
surprised that
include
you ended up here?
pedophiles?
Well, just like you can have
True,
free speech,
man.
but you can't-
Wait.
but just
The
like you can have
Freudian
free
slips,
speech,
man.
right? You can have free speech, but you can't. For
You can't be
example,
openly
say-
anti-pedophiles
No, you can't
without
say,
being called a
"I
pedophile.
think
Like, so
you-
fucking weird,
Wait,
dude.
stop. Let him answer. Wait. Let him answer the question, please.
Yeah, go for it.
It's against law for various other reasons that are not free speech.
Okay,
For
so
you,
there's
like,
laws
say,
against harassment.
against actionable violence. Right?
Sure, there's laws
Child
against
pornography
harassment.
is
So
actionable violence.
do you want the social media platform to allow harassment but not other forms of crime? Do you want them to be able to like post snuff films? Do you want them to be able to post links to like illegal drug sales? Like, do you want them to be
So
able to
long as
post
we
links
have
for
a-
prostitution?
They
Which,
just
by
don't
the
do
way,
it
is
on the
based.
mainstream media platforms.
So long as we have a state apparatus, right?
Wait a
from
minute, hold on.
engaging
You
kind of
pretend like that shit doesn't exist already.
Conversation is evolving.
Stop.
Is it devolving? I mean,
Somebody is asked a question. That is the person who responds. If I ask, "Hey, IRI, what's your favorite color?"
Red.
Blue.
Well, that's
Oh, red.
fucking wait, Nacho. You were supposed to be the one to answer, not IRI. Even though I asked, that's not what people want. If I asked IRI the question, he's the one to answer. Somebody asked Fabian the question, he answers. Then once that interaction's over, then you can chime in. But you can't just jump in there and start answering for other people, okay? Nobody on here wants you to fucking do that. None of you are so intelligent that you know everybody in here's opinions, okay?
Wrong.
So
I know
please-
everybody's opinion.
True.
I'm sure
yeah,
you do.
I was gonna say
But
that.
anyway,
CTV
Fabian.
knows
No,
everybody's
shut the
opinion,
fuck up.
and I,
quick.
Fabian.
It's just a really quick distinction between the ideal society, right,
Mhm.
and what we can do in the current time, right? So the ideal society for some of my political philosophy is anarchism, right? But you can't necessarily use all elements of anarchism while you still have a state apparatus. So yes, while we still have a state apparatus, anything that is directly illegal, right? Then yes, obviously those companies need to enforce some form of TOS for things that are directly illegal. But ultimately,
Okay.
I would have right enforcement agencies, arbitration, and that's a totally different conversation about anarcho-capitalist structure and.
Well,
Well,
it's
a
really
private
not, because it's about the prescriptive
It
nature.
really is, but I don't want to
or
get
the
into like a
prescription that you're putting in
45-minute
place.
discussion.
Well,
about
sure,
what
but
is
that's that's kind of what
anarcho-capitalist
it's about. It's not about anarcho-capitalism specifically. It's just your framework. I'm saying when you say you want to allow every opinion carte blanche, like, obviously that's not the case. So you do agree that
I want
terms
to
of
allow
service
every
are
opinion. Yes, I don't want to allow actionable violence.
Yeah, but
That's already against
this
the
is
law.
but this is part of what TOS already
There's a
is, right? And
difference
this is
between
this is
saying
part of it. And when
actionable
they say
Right.
it's
There's a
not
difference between
okay. But
saying
listen,
the
but
N-word
listen.
and me saying
This is I
September
understand you. I get it.
22nd
I get
of
it.
next year,
Stop.
we should go grab
Okay, but
this
the point
person
is,
and
but the
beat him to death.
please shut up. But the point is about Twitter and stuff like that, and then social media companies is they are companies and they're trying to be profitable, and they have found, because of your capitalism, the stuff that you like, they have found that it's not profitable to allow certain speech on their platform because people find it not enjoyable and they will make less money. You have allowed the framework for TOS
he wants
with
to
your
allow every single
problem with the
fucking
company doing
position.
whatever it is that they wanna
You
do,
understand
right?
that
I'm saying
doesn't
it's a
actually
cultural
fucking matter.
issue.
What
It's something
matters
we
is
should
that
talk
he
about.
wants
It
to allow
upsets me,
every
but they can do
single
whatever they want by the
fucking
legislation that they
position.
want.
Yeah.
All I'm
wants to
saying
allow
is
every
we as a
position.
society, as
Are
a
you
culture,
okay?
as a people, should be. What do you mean? Am I okay? I'm
not
perfectly
you,
fine.
not you,
We
yelly
as a
guy.
society, as a culture,
Yeah, he was
you're-
talking to you.
We should be arguing for decentralized and distributed networks.
He wants to
because
allow
that is a superior
every
version of what we
single
have in our social media
position.
space,
Can you-
so that we
why-
can have free speech that we want.
Every
I would
single
love to be able to hear you,
position-
Fabian, but he's
All
just
the
yelling,
positions.
bro.
Every single position he wants to allow, Jay. Can you move past this
Yeah,
bullshit?
top, bottom, 69, reverse
Is that-
cowgirl.
Is that really all you've got is sexual positions? Because you know what?
Wait,
Coming
what
in here
positions are we
tonight, I
talking
thought
about?
Perhaps maybe
Wait.
that actual Jake wasn't an actual cornflake, but in fact you fucking are. So why are you arguing this dumbass position? He wants to allow fucking everything.
True.
He wants to allow everything. All right? Every fucking thing Fabian wants to allow. What
Hell
the fuck
yeah.
are you on?
I just realized that I've had
Louder!
to mute the whole time
Earlier.
from the other times he's interjected, like in the middle of
Same,
Hippy.
same,
I didn't know.
This is giving
I was
me
like, I didn't
tinnitus.
realize he was yelling until just now.
He was
because
yelling
both
the whole
times
time. I
I've been
couldn't
on
hear a
Hippy,
fucking word you were
Being
saying.
manipulated by the
screaming at me.
mods. It's all for effect. I hope the crowd's enjoying it. Of course, the crowd's enjoying it. The millions and millions of CTV's fucking fans. We all know this.
Hey, he
right?
just
It's
jumped
about
off the
how
ladder with a
fans
chair,
on
dude.
this
Let's
channel.
go, baby.
That's right. You got a fucking emote. You ain't got a fucking emote. Shut the fuck up, right? So, like,
You're
here's the
giving me
reality
tinnitus.
situation.
He
Facts,
does
dude.
have an emote.
Here's the reality of the situation. Maddie is going to take it away for us, and then IRI, because the other
Oh,
two
shit.
of you motherfuckers haven't had anything interesting to say for the last 10 fucking minutes, all right? Maddie, entertain me with some shit. It's a hippy dippy fucking rumble, all right?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm so
then he walks
sorry.
away.
Maddie, say something.
I'm
Oh my
trying. I just sorry. I'm having trouble hearing because I think I got fucking tinnitus from that whole ordeal. So like,
There's a volume knob.
I think it's kind of fucking ridiculous to say that every single opinion should be allowed, except that if it is directly calling for violence. Because here's the thing: we do research. Like people that work in media and social media analytics, whatever, they've done research on how certain opinions drive behaviors and how they proliferate on social media platforms. And the research is crystal clear. When you deplatform, when someone
crystal clear.
is espousing, shut the fuck up. When you are espousing a harmful opinion and then it is removed, that person is deplatformed. What that shows, and they've again done so many fucking studies on this, is that opinion then goes down in terms of how widely it's shared, in terms of how many people seem amenable to it. That shows like directly that deplatforming works. They've done
Yes,
this in
censorship
order to
works.
No, shut the fuck up. I'm not done yet. Jesus fucking Christ. So like they've studied this. One of the like leading ways that they studied this was they looked at extremists who were terrorists in like Islamic terrorism, and that was part of what drove a lot of these original studies to see how we can leverage deplatforming to reduce the amount of extremist ideas that are shared and that make otherwise reasonable or like centrist folks.
Yeah, but that's what's confusing is that Twitter and all these
No.
in other countries.
Okay.
Quiet. No. And so like I'm just saying like we've literally done studies on this, so your feels like, oh, but I feel like, well, that's a cute anecdote and good for you, but
Why is
like
the Taliban still on Twitter
because
then?
the thing
Oh.
Why is the Taliban still on Twitter, but like normal
So
mainstream
weird.
conservative
That's
stuff
your
can't be
response
on
The
to
Twitter?
genocide of another country,
that's
like
your response? Dude, aim higher.
Okay, wait.
Do I need to
Okay.
find worse people
Now,
than the Taliban?
well, give me a second. Okay. So, MPU, you have 30 seconds, and then we're doing the vote. We're going to have everybody say their name, raise their hand, and we're going to vote 2 more people out.
Okay, so basically, I just want to let it be known for the record that I am not the only person on a hippy dippy panel to use "shut the fuck up" multiple times in a debate. So just so we know, and finally, to your point, I think the fact that the Revolutionary Guard of Iran is still up on Twitter. I think that terrorist groups like Al Qaeda, like ISIS-K, are still up on Twitter. I think if you think that there's that some things should be banned because they're bad, and you allow that shit to go on where they promote and the sale of 9-year-olds as wives, I think you got a problem with your logic.
I think they should be banned.
Okay.
That's one qualm I
Okay.
have with
Okay,
Twitter.
so
They don't sell 9-year-olds as wives. It's
okay,
14
get,
that wasn't
pause,
your response to
pause,
Fabian, so-
pause. I said that'd be it. Okay, so first I want to say that we have a fan poll, and it says, "Do you like CTV's presence?" Was a poll that was done. So 42% said no, they do not like CTV's presence. 37 just got another vote. 38%. Oh fuck, the numbers are still changing. You know what? I'll give it some more time. But let's go around the room. Then after this, I can say what the final results were. Pixel, raise your hand.
Did I?
Pixel,
God,
raise
it
your
just
hand.
oh.
CTV, raise your hand. Preacher, raise your hand. Sorry, okay. I mean, More Perfect Union, raise your hand. Sorry, I keep getting you mixed up. Maddie,
I'm
raise your hand. Oh, there are final results in. 44% say yes, 40% say no, 16% I love to hate him. Maddie, raise your hand.
That's like 58%.
Iri, raise your hand.
Better numbers than Joe Biden.
Fabian. Actual Jake.
Yeah, you should
Not
be
Joe?
president.
And of course myself.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna post the poll in chat, and you will have an opportunity to vote for who you believe should stay, not leave. Vote for who you think should stay here. So say you're like, man, I really love that CTV moment. You would vote for CTV, for example. Not an official
CTV,
endorsement, even though it is.
I'll run your campaign, CTV. We're gonna
Everybody
take the
vote for me.
We're gonna
Maddie,
take the country by
listen.
storm. You
Maddie,
just wait.
let's fucking do this, girl. Let's fucking do this. Birthday buddies unite.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking
until
go.
science figures out how you guys on the right got brainworms from Facebook, we're gonna have to censor a lot more. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. I'm sorry.
Look, it's not the right. It's the far right. You're not including an adjective that needs to be included in the thing, right? The thing. The thing. You know the thing.
Facebook convinced so many people to take a horse dewormer that made them shit their pants rather than just get a
that's
vaccine.
misinformation. If you were on Twitter, you'd be banned.
Rather than
because,
just get a vaccine, they would
because
rather
it's
poop
not-
their pants.
Nobody was advocating
They'd rather
anyone taking
poop their
horse dewormer.
pants.
Who
They'd
advocated
rather have
taking horse
diarrhea
dewormer?
leaking down there out of their butt.
Who argued
and
that?
get a
Who argued that
vaccine.
somebody should take horse dewormer? I'd like to see that source.
Like, come on.
I'm pretty sure
No,
more
who
people
did?
OD'd
Why
on
are we
aspirin
talking
than
about
people that
ivermectin,
took
Who
horse-
did? Because
that took horse
because
dewormer.
Sanjay Gupta from CNN actually went on Joe Rogan's show and admitted that that was a lie. That they shouldn't have said it. CNN said it, right? You're repeating it. You're repeating misinformation. If you were talking about
was
about
it me
COVID,
this whole time?
if you were
Was
talking
I the
about
one
COVID
that did it?
vaccines, you'd
God
be
damn
banned.
it.
No, she wouldn't.
Was
You
I
can
the one
talk
that
shit on
did it?
ivermectin as
Shit.
much as you want, right?
No,
You can't-
but she said that the people were advocating. She
Not
said people were
again.
advocating taking horse dewormer, and that's not what was being advocated.
Turns out I was the one that was spreading it. God.
You were.
damn
No,
it.
you spread it here.
Maddie Cakes works
Oh,
at Tractor
Jesus.
Supply. She's my secret connect for the horse dewormer.
You
Fuck,
can get
I've
your
been
natural
outed.
gas tank filled
Okay,
a lot cheaper
okay,
than
everybody.
She's got good deals, boys.
Everybody calm down.
DM her to
God
buy
damn
horse dewormer.
I've gotten the votes. The votes are in. And as you know,
jeez.
this will be a round where one left winger and one right winger is voted out. So, the right winger that will be voted out today
Oh
Who-
God, it's me.
fought a decent fight, got a decent amount of votes today. MPU with 0% of the vote. Sadly,
People voted for me. They said it's rigged. I'm waiting for 3 a.m. for the
Same,
ballot
dude.
to come in.
yes, the ballots might come in later. Who knows? Nacho, you got 2% of the vote. You're safe.
Wow.
Yeah. You got
Pretty
9 votes.
tough.
There you go.
And the lefty with the least amount of votes, sadly, was Maddie Cakes, who has wonderful hair, by
I'm
the way.
small. Thank you.
Damn.
I know. I'm
no.
So good. The way you hold your.
No.
You're
No,
so
we
good.
can't have this. We can't
Yeah,
have
I
this.
object.
We can't have this. I can't have this. Fucking
I'm
cornflake
a,
needs
I'm
to
a
leave.
little,
I think we
I'm
need
a
a.
little
we
baby
need a,
sleeper.
uh,
Next
Are
to
you
these
scared?
Goliaths, you
we
know?
need a recount. We need a
No,
recount.
cornflake, you're just not interesting
Seem a
at
little
all,
worried
you
about
dumb
it.
fuck.
Come
You're
on, man.
just a dumb fuck.
No,
All right?
CTV, they got massive fan
I
bases,
suppose,
and for
man.
good reason, because they're all fantastic. So
They're-
listen, I accept
no.
it.
I'm
That's
telling you,
debatable.
Maddie, the way you
No,
hold yourself
I-
here is admirable.
I think it seems to be going okay.
I gotta say,
you're a better
Cornflake
streamer
is an
than me,
adorable pet name. I
Yeah.
gotta
Fuck
say.
cornflake.
He gets so
Yeah,
mad
corn-
about the corn.
dude.
Cornflake is kind of
cornflake.
cute, because you know
No,
what? It's
Thank
a great
you.
cereal. It's a
Fuck
great
cornflake.
cereal.
Fuck cornflake.
Thank you both for coming here. If you, since you got to the final 8, would you like to shout yourself out?
Sure, Maddie, please.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Maddie Cakes. You can find me on Twitch at Maddie Cakes _. That's also what I am on YouTube. And on Twitter, I am Madsmaru, spelled MADSMARU. I will hopefully be streaming more often, but I've been a little busy because I work in electoral politics and working with a few campaigns. So
You've been
it's a little
going to
crazy.
Halloween parties. Don't give me no shit. I seen the
I
Twitter
also-
post. You look
I also
sexy as
found
hell on
time-
there. Don't
Thank you.
start, okay? Yeah.
Thank you. I also found time to go to Outside Lands, which is a music festival here in San Francisco, which was great, and I wore a blue wig. It was wonderful. But yeah, thank you for having me. This was super fun. And yeah, the other lefties here are fantastic. The righties, you know what? I love
you better give me a shout out.
And CTV and I share a birthday, and he's wonderful. He's also very good at word games. If you ever get a chance to play with him, so I highly recommend playing word games with CTV.
There you go.
More perfect.
Love you, Maddie.
You're next.
See you, honey.
Love you.
Hey, I'm the more perfect union. I'm the more perfect union. I do constitutional politics, look at current events, political drama here on the old Twitch TV. I don't stream very often, but you can find me on a lot of other people's streams, and I do panels and stuff like this too. So it's been a fun time hanging out with all of you guys. Some of you guys I've never been hanging out with before. Actual Jake is actually the only one. So thanks very much. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a fantastic rest of the night, and may the conservatives on the stream or the panel take the prize. So you guys all have a good night. Take care.
Wonderful. Who wouldn't want a prize as prestigious as getting to talk to Destiny? Wonderful. So now we're going to go to the next round.
All I got to do is call the motherfucker. He'll take my call.
Yeah,
I thought he was. Wait, CTV. I thought you said he was running from you.
Yeah, no, he'll take my call. I just have to decide to call his ass. Everybody else said he's running.
Damn. Wow.
I don't think Destiny's running. He'll take my call.
Here we are. The final 6. One of you. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6. The final 6. One of you, one of the people in this room, are going to be able to get a shot at the Hippy Dippy. Don't laugh at me, Jake. Okay?
It was cute.
Yeah, shut up, corn pop.
Fucking cornflake.
Fuck you, cornflake.
Yeah.
He's got a razor.
Anyway,
you ever had a razor in a barrel?
It's an anti-corn panel, man.
One of you will be able to challenge for the Hippy Dippy Championship and have the opportunity. And you know what? What is better than being able to debate people on the internet? So let's go on to the next round. So the next round has to do with Alec Baldwin. Now, obviously, the Alec Baldwin situation is ongoing and developing, and there's not a lot of information that came out, but people were quick to jump to certain conclusions about the Alec Baldwin situation. Some say that, well, he's an anti-gun lefty, so that's why this happened. Others have jumped to conclusions about who is guilty and who here. So my question is, what do you guys make of the Alec Baldwin situation? You will all have 30 seconds to intro. I'm going to start with Fabian Liberty.
Yeah, I mean, so people have wanted me to talk about this, and it seems like kind of a nothing burger to me. I'm not gonna lie. The only real insight that I would have is like, why are we still using blanks? Like Lord of the Rings came out in 2003, and they can have like 1 million fucking orcs on screen with CGI, and yet actors are still having like dumb fucks like switch and put live rounds into firearms and then shooting people. Like the entire thing just kind of seems stupid to me. Like we just have a gun that is defunct, that only takes blanks, right? That is built slightly different. Fire that shit and then CGI whatever you need to CGI. Like it just seems really dumb to me that we're still using this old school technology that's clearly dangerous when you get some dumbasses on your set that are able to switch things around. I kind of think of it as a tragedy, and like all of these like conspiracy theories about like the lawyer and the Clinton campaign and all of this. It's just, I mean, it's entertaining, I guess, but at the end of the day, just fucking get rid of the guns on set. Like obviously these anti-gun lefties don't know how to fucking use them anyways.
Okay, next is going to be IRI.
Yeah, I'm with Fabian that this is a nothing burger. The only reason anyone cares because Alec Baldwin made fun of Trump for years on SNL and did a pretty goddamn good impression. So these guys are butthurt and can't get over it. So that's the only reason anybody gives a flying fuck about this incident. Period.
Okay. Next is going to be CTV, who is having fun over there.
Listen, motherfuckers. Right, here's the reality of the situation. Alec Baldwin has been making fun of Trump for a number of years, but nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody gives a flying fuck about Alec Baldwin making fun of Trump. You know what they give a fuck about? Somebody that has participated in movies like, oh, I don't know, The Hunt for Red October, right? Or Pearl Harbor, not knowing what the fuck the condition of their weapon is. Whenever they're gonna point it at somebody else! Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? You're putting a weapon at someone else! Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? It's somebody else! It's a fucking person! It's a fucking person! Right? And you're just gonna be like, oh, well, it may be some lead shot in that motherfucker. Like, no! Are you shitting me? There is no fucking reason for somebody, right, as should be educated as Alec Baldwin to be coming before the fucking camera with a fucking potentially loaded firearm and pointing it at another person. You're fucking stupid, Alec. I hope you rot in fucking jail, you irresponsible fuck, right? And I hope you never star in another fucking shitty ass fucking film, okay? Bye.
Okay. Try to speak up next time, and we're gonna throw it over the pixel.
I'm just going to speak quietly, just to balance that out for everyone. I actually feel really terrible for everybody involved in this situation. There are so many things that went wrong, including like the person who handed the gun, just the fact there were no checks in general, and I think it actually
Systemic
says
Sean
a lot
down
about
bad as fuck, and
American
the
gun
dude in the
culture, and
porn
maybe that
comments
you
being
don't
like, "What's
take
her
it seriously
name?"
enough.
Yikes!
Like, I don't know, maybe there should be more regulations or something like that. I don't know if we take it seriously enough, and I think it should be taken more seriously, because all it was, shit like this happens, and you know, people's lives get destroyed from this kind of stuff. Having to live with this sort of situation, so many people involved, I couldn't even imagine it. It's horrific.
Okay, next is gonna be American Nacho.
Yeah, I agree with CTV, man. Fuck Alec Baldwin, dude. He should be in jail, and Kyle Rittenhouse should be free.
IRI.
Can you start?
Oh, I get a second intro. Awesome. So,
Oh, wait, did you already have one? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, actual Jake.
Yeah. First thing, I appreciate that Dylan finds loud noises really entertaining, and that's like pretty much the bar. But other than that,
Amen.
Hey, I just, yeah, I like it. But as far as Alec Baldwin shit, I mean, I don't have like a strong take here necessarily. You guys, if you don't like Alec Baldwin for some reason, cool. I didn't know he was even a person we give a shit about either way. But there's on-set safety protocols that are there. It's not on the actors. If you want them in jail, that's cool. But it's on the safety protocol people. There's actually like weapons experts that are on sets for all productions that are supposed to clear the weapons and make sure everything is copacetic, and like when they bring the firearm onto stage and everything, or wherever it's at set. They like it's supposed to be a very serious operation. Apparently, this is a problem with budgets and trying to cut corners on safety issues for things like this. As far as like anti-gun stuff, I mean, I don't know. I'm a leftist, so I'm for guns. That's fine. You can buy guns.
No, you're not.
Okay, can I ask a quick question? CTV, how much have you had to drink tonight?
Yeah, a lot.
A lot of moonshine.
It's a whole lot of pickle
How much have I
juice.
had to- Hold on. Do you really want to know the actual condition of CTV tonight, Dylan Burns? Because I will tell you.
I think we should
I am
know,
curious.
like,
Okay,
ethically.
here's the actual condition of CTV tonight. Since you're curious, right? I'm sitting here currently drinking almost a half a jar of moonshine because I'm infected with COVID-19. Right? I've been smoking weed all fucking day to make sure that I'm ready for today. I feel like absolute fucking shit. But you know what? I decided I was showing up tonight for the fucking people. And specifically for you, Dylan Burns, because I know you need a good show. And that's why I'm here. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Right? That's why I'm here. right?
Yeah, Dylan.
So there
Yeah,
it is.
Dylan.
That's why I'm here since you fucking asked, motherfucker. Okay?
Tell
Here
him.
we go.
I
Drag
do
'em.
want to. I do want to say
drag
one
'em.
thing.
Wait, what's
I
that?
wanna-
Wait,
So emotional.
Okay, as much fun as that is, I do think we should get to the topic. Fabian, did you want to say something?
I just want to say one thing. I
Okay.
would rather have CTV drunk on the range with me than any of these goddamn leftists that are apparently in charge of Alec Baldwin's gun safety.
Wait, what?
Because I guarantee you, if I flagged a motherfucker on the range, CTV would be whooping that ass in half a fucking heartbeat.
Facts.
Because
with
you
the
can't be
steel
fucking
chair, man.
flagging people. Apparently, CTV with COVID-19, drunk as fuck. You might be an alcoholic. Just saying. But at least you fucking are passionate about people not flagging people.
my
that's
American
another thing.
alter ego is a very good gun slinger.
I will say
thing.
this, Pixel Mixel, this idea about gun culture, it's the conservatives that respect guns and understand how to use them
Facts.
that
don't end up accidentally shooting people.
But
Right?
what happens is that gun discourse in America is not always about respecting guns, right?
True.
That is not what
Because-
happens.
Yeah,
It is-
because we have the left.
it's about the left taking them away when all the left want to do is more regulation. It's just like, maybe children shouldn't be able to wander around with a fucking gun. It's so fucking radical.
I said
Shot on
nobody.
film screws.
Okay,
Aren't
not
we
just
an
muted.
intro still?
And higher eyes
Sorry.
muted. And
Sorry.
slinking down in that chair. Okay, I couldn't hear anything there.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it to Jake, who hasn't said anything yet.
Note
Jake.
that CTV didn't get muted.
So I guess as far as the gun thing, I mean, I'm you buy guns if you want. What I don't think Republicans want is like the LGBT community and black people and poor people to have guns. And
Nobody caps, dude.
Shut up. Well, stop.
this.
Stop.
You
Can we
fucking kidding me?
please?
I said Republicans. If it doesn't apply to you, calm down.
Wait. Stop. Okay, there are 6 people in this room. This should be the easiest panel I've managed in my life, and you're still making it somehow the hardest. So please let Jake finish his statement. Jesus.
Right. I don't know where this idea that lefties like really want to like actually take guns away. I think most people, especially in America, are like, yeah, guns have utility. They can be fun. They can be for self-defense. They can be for hunting. All sorts of shit. This is normal. This is fine. But I think it's pretty reasonable to be like, but maybe we should like curtail some of the armaments that public citizens have. At times, I'm fine if you wanna have like a big machine gun day. If you go to like some sort of range that's a community range or something, you want to unload 400 rounds or something, that's cool. But like I've had gun licenses and hunted and stuff like that. I grew up with guns. I've shot on ranges, shot clay, shot or skeet as it's called. Nice.
Your coupon day. Fuck you and your coupon day. How's that?
I don't know what coupon day means, but I
coupons, man.
No, fuck you and your coupon day. We're gonna come out to the range on one fucking day and offload 400 fucking rounds. Maybe I want to offload 400
Well,
fucking
maybe-
rounds every fucking day.
Well, then go
right?
to the range because I wouldn't commodify it. It would be free. You could bring your own ammo, bro. Like so, yeah. And plus, you could use these. You could also use these spaces as like public caches for whenever Red Dawn occurs. When Korea strikes, we could go there and arm ourselves to the teeth. But we don't need them in our homes. You know what I mean? Like if you want to go hunt and have have fun, if you want to go shoot behind your house, I did that. That's fine.
Okay to use them to defend yourself. Where the fuck are you going to keep it in the car?
No, not all. No. I'm not saying all guns need to be held elsewhere out the house. I'm saying like
you said we don't need them in our homes. Then what the fuck?
no,
are we
like a
defending?
like a machine gun, like a big machine gun. You don't need that shit in your house.
Fucking range and defend the range.
What do you mean you don't need it in your house? Where the fuck else are you going to keep it if you're bothering to go to the fucking range and have a 400 round fucking off day?
Yeah,
Where the fuck
right.
else are you going to keep it? Are you going to keep it in your fucking pickup truck? Come
Why
on,
would you-
Jake.
why would you-
Think through all the way through the fucking idea before you bother
Yeah,
submitting
you-
fucking
guns
words.
are
I
in
did.
storage.
Yeah, I said it would be
One at a
kept
time,
kept
please.
at a public place so that you could have it whenever you wanted.
A public
Okay.
place?
Yeah, like
Are
a
you
community
fucking
thing.
shitting me? Are you fucking
Look.
shitting me?
And then you
Okay,
could have your
look.
own personal arms. That'd be cool too.
We can
Look,
move
look.
now.
There you go.
Wait, stop.
already.
I'm requesting you to
Yeah.
all stop talking, and you're going
Yeah.
to. Now we're gonna throw it over to IRI, then Fabe.
Yeah, look, we're not going to get rid of this gun culture, so we need to weaponize it on the left. I'm talking free gun for every homeless person. We'll solve the homeless crisis tomorrow. That's the thinking we need. We're not going to fight these guys and get rid of their guns.
Could decommodify rental properties.
Defend their fucking tent, man, and then they could build it into a house and they'd be fine.
All right.
Or get their own house. Fabian.
True.
Yeah, so I just want to address a couple of things real quick. This idea that the Second Amendment is designed to enshrine our ability to hunt and self-defense is bullshit. The Second Amendment is just enshrined so that we can overthrow the state if necessary. The Tree of Liberty needs to be watered with the blood of
the
patriots
state's
and tyrants.
you're gonna get destroyed by the state, so it doesn't. It's
feel
like
it's all of the above, fucking
yes,
equally.
but that is the predominant force.
No,
that is the
equally.
predominant force.
No,
Well,
fucking
just read the documents
equally.
of the founding fathers.
Fucking equally.
No,
Fabian,
no,
fucking equally. It doesn't
No.
look.
Can-
It doesn't
no,
matter if you can
we-
overthrow the state if
you're
you
just
can't
wrong.
fucking eat, motherfucker. Which is exactly why it needs to be able to be there to hunt.
Yeah, we need
Jesus
fucking bees,
Christ.
man.
wait.
We ain't
I wanna
overthrowing
say- I wanna
nothing.
say-
Equally.
I wanted to say my
Fucking
second
whether
thing
it be
before CTV
government
chimp
Bro.
or fucking deer
All right,
or
hold on.
fucking whatever.
Are you
Equally.
capable of just like bringing it down? Are you
Alright,
good?
Dude,
All right.
Corpus,
Now that
fucking
we
trying
got,
to
now he's got to
silence him,
breathe.
man.
Now
COVID's
now
like a
he's gotta
decibel.
breathe.
It raises your decibels. That's a side effect you didn't know.
The second thing I
hold on.
wanted to
Okay,
say.
okay,
Hold on,
stop. I'm saying stop.
I thought you had hard time breathing.
I'm saying.
Hey, Dylan said stop, so shut the fuck up.
Thank you, CTV. I appreciate it. So I just want to hear what Fabian was saying. I want to hear him finish his statement so CTV can correct him. Continue, Fabian.
Right, and the second thing is that although Pulse nightclub shooting was a tragedy, it was a very large wake up call to the LGBT community to arm themselves and that they needed to be armed. And I will say that I absolutely want them to be armed. I want every American to be armed, so long as they're not like some extreme, like radical individual or, a fucking wife beater or something. But even then, given a certain amount of
How
time.
do you know that?
That being
Even
said,
then,
I
even
will
then,
stand.
yeah,
I said, wait.
with-
I said, let him finish.
I will stand with my LGBT and POC brothers and sisters in arms any fucking day of the week. I absolutely want all communities to be armed. And I think the NRA, the best thing they could do if they actually want to resurge and show that they're protecting gun rights is they need to go into places like Chicago. And when poor, low socioeconomic status black people are being arrested for bullshit gun crimes, they need to use their power to fucking help these people in their court cases, because the idea that guns are just for middle-class white Americans is bullshit. And if anybody on the right feels that way, which I've never met anyone on the right that feels that way, and I know a lot of right-wingers, then you know what? Then fuck them. They're wrong.
Okay,
All I
Jake.
heard.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Black guns matter.
Hell
March
yeah.
Drake.
Well, so I agree that usually a typical person, if you just bring up the Second Amendment, won't say, I only want this for white, middle class, or upper Americans, right? But the way it's legislated is pretty clearly targeted at these groups, and so they vote for these people, so they're complicit.
Like, what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck Republicans. Fuck
That's what I said Republicans for. That's why I'm like, if you agree that everyone should have...
legislation is like
But-
black and white ownership. Like, where is that?
What's that?
CTV, considering you're intoxicated, can you
heard
please
of-
put the
Yeah.
firearm away?
I've legitimately
BB
never
gun.
heard
It's
of
allowed by
legislation.
Twitch. I'm just showing that I
It is
have a-
technically allowed, but it's making me uncomfortable since you're also intoxicated. Thank you very much.
That'd be, yeah. Actually, just don't.
Well,
Is it
if
unloaded?
somebody- Hold on.
He's a
Hold
former
on.
military
Very,
dude.
hold on.
Do you have
hold
proper
on,
gun
very-
safety things going on?
Very pertinent question to ask
Yeah, he-
right now.
What
If-
up?
hold on.
Is there one in the
hold on.
chamber?
Very pertinent question to ask right
there
now.
anything
And
in the
I'm trying to calm my voice while I ask this question. Here's the
Ideal.
question,
Yeah.
right? If someone broke into my house right now at this moment,
Mm-hmm. You'd
even
miss
though
them
you
wide.
all-
Whoop your ass.
Due to
would
the
whoop your
moonshine.
ass.
You drunk
You
ass.
Yeah.
fucking say that, and yet I'm an expert shot. Like
Bald,
here's
man. They think your chamber's not clear, man.
oh, but
Is-
here's the
is your
reality
chamber clear?
situation. Oh, here's the reality of the situation, right?
Why do we-
There's one in the chamber, right? And you know what?
Oh,
There was one that
shit.
just got shot off, right? There's one
No.
definitely in the chamber now for sure. So then, like,
Can we
here's
put the
reality.
gun away then,
No,
please?
here-
I am
So
asking you
uncomfortable.
politely
gotta-
to put the gun away.
I gotta ask the question, though. You gotta
Okay,
listen.
quickly,
Rick.
then please
Let
put
him
the
ask the
fucking gun
question.
away.
It's, man.
I take back my
Again,
point.
doing this
Apparently,
when
the right is
I
not
wanna-
good with guns.
They're not okay. This is why we need regulation, dude. This is like an example of the why. Like, you're not okay.
I gotta
This is
ask.
fucked.
I
Can you
gotta
please
ask.
Put the gun away?
Here's
Please
the
ask the
question.
question.
If somebody
Just
broke
kick 'em,
into
bro.
my
Put the gun
house
away,
right
Aircraft
now,
Sparky.
Just
hold
kick him.
on.
Aircraft
Oh,
Sparky,
yeah,
that
heard
fucking
about
guy. Hell yeah.
Listen, for fuck's sake, the more you all talk, the less my question is being heard.
Go.
Like, here's the question. I'll put the gun down,
Thank
but
you.
if somebody broke into my house right now, right, would you think that I would be incapable of defending my own home right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're pretty
There'd be two
lucky.
No,
hits.
you don't.
You
because
getting hit in
somebody
the
came
head,
through my
you hitting the
fucking
ground.
door and they left with element 82 embedded in their fucking body. Thank you very much.
I think a small
just very
child could
good.
disarm you right now. I think a small
And
child
that-
could
Yeah,
take care
like
of you right
like
now.
a small
in this
child,
condition.
like that's weak for their age.
Probably like a
I actually disagree. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure after hearing that voice, most people would just be like, "Not worth it. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm not-
Just keep your fucking shit. Just keep your shit. I'm
Okay.
leaving."
But
It's
as
not
far as
worth
is
trouble.
like it was a
See
weird,
ya.
it was just a weird flex. Like most people, I think, are for self defense. It doesn't matter.
Fucking wolf pack first.
It's not even.
So
it's
I'm
not
gonna
like a
I'm gonna
debate.
ask Danabo to please prepare the next poll. Is it ready?
Wild
So
stuff.
then, look,
Okay.
here's the
Let me wait.
reality. We
We're
just
Calm
went
posting
down,
the
through
poll.
Aircraft Sparky.
We're posting the
Make
poll.
sure you vote
wait,
for the
wait.
American.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
is there anybody that wants to comment on the topic?
Yes.
Raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Nacho. Nacho.
Right. So
Definitely
here's
do. You guys have been distracting the fuck
You
out
just
of me.
you just distracted us, Nacho. Please continue.
Bullshit! You guys have been distracting me. I want to talk on topic.
I got you, bro. It's real
Nacho.
quick. We'll get it centered back on topic, okay? So the reality is that especially even if I don't know shit about this case, but the more I heard other people talking about it, gave me a position on it, and it's that Alec Baldwin does hold more responsibility for this, because if he is anti-gun, or he is supposed to be like he's terrified of weapons, then he should have been more safe. He's the executive producer on the project. They hired a bunch of fucking nitwits that couldn't do their job and handed him a loaded firearm that he fired at somebody without checking it. And that's just that.
Yeah, I'm
you're
fine.
if you're really terrified of guns, and you really think this way, and you think there should be more regulations, then you should be the bastion of like leading the way in like, hey,
I'm
let's
getting on a plane.
Do you think that fear of guns is what drives?
gun at the camera without
Right.
without checking.
Wait,
it.
I want to have IRI then actual Jake. I want to go in that order.
I just want to say the best thing to come out of this, and it's a tragedy on so many levels, was people talking about the working conditions on these sets and a discussion. It just shows what a powerful position workers are in right now, because they had a strike the day before. So that was the best thing to come out of this, if you're going to find a silver lining.
Yeah, if only the Democratic Party
sure
just took a little bit of notice of the labor movement that was happening, you might actually have a shot.
Pretty true.
You-
Pretty true,
Okay. American Nacho, did you just say something?
I was saying they
Wait,
should
wait,
strike.
stop. I didn't ask what you said. I asked if you said something. Pixel, did you say
No.
something?
I just said that,
Yeah,
like,
you
if
said
the
you said a
Democratic
thing. Yeah, I didn't ask what you was. So you both
Oh.
talked at the same time, so nobody heard what either of you said. Okay? So I'm gonna have Pixel say a thing, the Nacho say a thing, the Jake say his thing, and then we're gonna count the vote. Okay? So Pixel.
I'm just saying, if the Democratic Party took note of the labor movement that was happening in your country right now, then they might actually have a little bit more of a shot at, not losing state elections.
I agree.
Okay. Nacho.
Yeah. So I'm all fine with them striking, but they should have striked after the first negligent discharge, and they knew that the movie set was unsafe. After the second negligent discharge, they probably should have all striked then, so that nobody else got injured. And Alec Baldwin probably should have stepped away as well. And as far as the general like labor union movement, or the labor strikings that are going on or that should be going on, yeah, but there's an issue with people calling everybody who's striking anti-vax. So there's a lot of conflation that's going on. So
Is there anybody
Jake-
on? All right, is there anybody on the left saying that if you have a labor strike, you're anti-vax? That's wild stuff.
I haven't, but I'm Australian. so-
Right. Yeah. I think if you strike
been a
for
lot of those.
your labor rights, that's pretty dope. But and you can have a discussion about the COVID stuff. But as far as the Alec Baldwin thing, if he is the executive producer, and if it was his job to finalize budgets on stuff like safety protocol, sure, he's culpable. That's fine. But in general, this is just a pretty. I'm losing the word. It's an indictment. That's the word. It's an indictment on just like the labor practices within these sort of spaces, especially in the like film industry. A lot of people go through crunch. A lot of people go through bad labor practices. It's not isolated in this place, but it's obviously amplified because there's celebrity involved. So
Okay. So now we're going to collect the polls and get the numbers officially. So, as we know, we do one left winger and one right winger. But now, since we're going to the final lap, we're just going to do bottom up. That's how it's going to go now.
Slurp.
So, the bottom with a total.
Wait, I didn't know we were voting. I didn't even share the poll.
Oh.
He said it. You said Dylan said it.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
He said it a bunch of times.
Yeah, he said it several times. Yeah.
Damn.
Holy shit.
You know, maybe you should have been responsible
Stop the steal,
American.
dude. This is rigged,
and
okay?
should have gotten your voter ID and gotten in line on time, America Nacho. Maybe you should have done that.
Or we
So-
could have extended the voting period, which would be more based.
But
well,
yeah,
we
you're
did
I mean, look, we're really important about election security. Anyway,
Yep.
with a grand total of 0% of the vote, America Nacho, I'm very sorry, but you have been voted out.
This
of
is
the
rigged,
Hippy
okay?
Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody believes it's rigged.
a lot of bottom
Stop the
energy
steal.
here.
All right. I'll be back.
See you later, buddy. Love you.
Nice chatting
See
with
you,
you.
American Nacho.
All right, hold it down, CTV.
Okay. Now there are 5. You are the last 5. Congratulations. I don't know if it's really congratulations or in order. Okay. So.
We're not gonna stick with
now
Baldwin, are we?
I'll be
I
right
think
back.
we
I'm
can move
listening.
on.
Okay.
I think
I'm
we can
listening. I'll
move
be
on
right
to
back.
Another topic. Okay. So, I'm actually out of topics. What do we have?
Fucking Christ, bro.
I'm out of topics. I didn't think it'd go this long. Okay.
You could just count, right? Count the number of people, count the topics. We're good.
Yeah, well, I thought it would go longer. Okay, I thought Alec Baldwin would be more of a ringer. Okay?
Really?
I honestly.
Okay, we can talk about Aaron
here it
Rodgers.
is. You know what? I got one.
Okay.
Gay Superman. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard.
Yeah.
Superman's son's gay.
Yeah.
He likes men.
Oh,
for him.
and he's bi.
So the question.
So no bi erasure, Dylan.
No
Yeah.
bi- Okay, I'm sorry. He likes men and women.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Mhm.
Okay. And the question is, do you think that this is a brave step forward for representation in comics, or is SJW shit pushed by the soy agenda? We're gonna start with actual Jake.
Yeah. What a brave step forward.
no,
this is
no,
this is
damn it, no,
starting with
no,
actual
no.
Jake.
CTV.
Fucking
CTV.
no.
What?
Starting with actual
No.
Jake.
CTV.
Look,
What's wrong?
no,
Starting
look, no.
Starting
Fuck you, Dylan Burns. You're not gonna make us talk about gay Superman. We don't give a fuck about gay Superman. You better come up with some
right.
better bullshit for us to talk about, because that's the way that it is. Look, this is truth speaking to power right now, right? Nobody else on this panel has the ability to be able to speak, but from where I am, right? Nobody
What does that
else.
mean?
You're so
That-
powerful.
What does that mean,
Nobody
though?
You're
else-
so powerful.
Nobody
Yes,
else.
confirmed. He
Nobody
believes in
else has
standpoint
the ability to
epistemology.
speak from
I had no idea
CT.
you were such a big fan of CRT.
Nobody else has the ability to speak truth to power like CTV right now. There is
Oh.
no fucking way we're sitting there speaking about gay Superman as if we're supposed to.
What
give
about
a
the
fuck.
concept of representation?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
What about just
Gay
that?
Superman.
Well,
Nobody
yeah,
gives
well,
a fuck.
it doesn't have to be gay
well,
Superman.
It was more of a microcosm about representation.
Oh,
in
he saved it.
minority groups.
Oh.
So that's I think that's more the question.
Yeah.
Not just specifically about Superman.
Representation
Being
is
interested in
important, but rainbow capitalism is just that what it is rainbow capitalism. It's the whole thing. It might be a dry, sort of like cynical like take.
No, fuck you, Jake. Fuck you, cornflake. All
If
right.
you- I mean,
Wake the Beast called it best when he said that you were an actual flake. All right.
I think he called me.
Because
He had
you
said
are-
I had the heart of a
you
cat.
are
Actually,
just a
get it right.
cornflake. You're just a cornflake.
Anyway.
Right. All you are is a breakfast cereal mixed with milk. You get soft real fucking quick. That's all you are, right? And you know what? You're actually on the left part cat. So you know what? You're done all the way from the fucking start. I don't know what to tell you, Jake, but that's just the way that it is. So look, since we're here, right, on the Hippy Dippy Rumble, right, here with CTV, right? Look, you better bring some shit. If it's
That's
supposed to
right.
be
Bring. How about this? How about this? How about
That's
CTV
right. No,
comes up with a topic, and I'll talk about literally anything he
right.
wants to talk
Okay,
about.
CTV, I'm interested.
Literally,
You know what? I
literally
want to
challenge me on
What do you
anything.
wanna
I'll
talk
talk about it. I don't care.
You know
What do you
what?
wanna
I got
talk
you.
about?
No.
I got your back.
I felt the fire from IRI. IRI, bring me the fire,
Is it
brother.
a sunglasses thing?
That's right.
Because I was
Fuck
first.
you, Jake.
This,
Fuck
is
you,
this
Jake. It's
sunglasses
IRI.
solidarity here right
Yeah.
now?
I think it's sunglasses
It's
stuff.
all right, Jake. All right, give me the fire, bro.
Are you scared of the smoke here?
Okay,
I'm with CTV.
okay.
What? Go ahead,
what's the
Dylan. It's your show.
Yeah, well, I was like, okay, tell me a topic, and they didn't tell me a topic, so we're just gonna keep going with this then. Actual Jake, continue.
Okay, so I don't know what else I could.
You want me to tell you an actual topic? You know what?
Yeah, let
Here's-
CTV.
Bro, I would love for
his
you to
job,
bring up a topic.
CTV.
Please,
Do his
please.
job for him.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here's a fucking topic that is close to my fucking heart.
I
Right?
would love-
Here we go.
I've been doing everything that I can.
A lot of foreplay involved with this.
Oh Jesus
Oh
Christ!
my
Here we
God,
go.
I got a good topic actually.
Here
Let
we
me hear
go.
CTV.
Here, are you?
It
sure,
is your
Dylan?
show.
Are you
Yeah, but let me
sure
hear
to-
CTV.
You
I'm
just said,
interested.
you sure?
CTV,
Are you sure, Dylan?
Hold on.
I don't think so.
I gotta make sure, Dylan, that it's a hot topic. I don't want
Yeah.
you to start going off premature before you're ready, right? Is it a hot topic? Because I got one.
Okay,
There's a
what's
lot
your
of home
okay?
dick jokes in here.
Unless it's not, as long as it won't get us banned. What is it, CTV?
Look, here's the deal. Why are women
Oh boy.
right?
Oh, here we go.
Why are women? Look, here's the reality of the situation. Look, I was never.
What? Sorry, is the topic why are women?
Yes, sir.
Why are women? Look, here's the reality, right?
Can you say the thing? Jesus Christ!
I'm trying.
Somebody's gonna.
I'm trying.
Go ahead,
to say
CTV.
something. You see me? Look.
Somebody's
I'm
got to say it.
Look, I'm trying. Look, why are women?
Do you got a shit?
Allowed?
You do like
to
a pee-pee
walk
dance.
Look, I'm trying to say it. Look, why are women
Someone do a welfare
allowed?
check on fucking CTV.
Why are women allowed?
They don't want to hear it, CTV. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. It's
They're
the
scared
fucking
of it,
truth.
CTV.
They're
The
scared
truth.
of the truth. The truth.
All right, I'm mentally prepared for the truth.
Finish your fucking sentence,
What is it?
Please.
sweetheart.
Look,
You
everybody
don't
else
need it.
muted.
Please.
Here we go.
wanna hear
Look,
it.
why are women allowed to walk around freely and infect free men with COVID? Why?
Yes, sir. Why?
What?
Why?
Mixel isn't.
What?
She's in Australia.
What does that even mean?
Why?
I don't even know what that means.
This is literally just like
Oh, you know what he means.
misogyny wrapped
You
up
know
in a
exactly
little
what he
bow.
means. You know exactly what he means. Come on.
You want to know why? Because
mean?
motherfuckers like
don't
you have been leading the world for so long that you have no fucking idea what you're doing.
Ooh, it's like a
And this
Trojan
is the
horse
kind of
assassination.
political conversation
Okay.
you want to have because you have literally 2 brain cells to rub together. Maybe not even 2. I don't know if they're rubbing together in there. I don't know if you've ever rubbed anything in your life, CTV.
Rubbed anything at all? Right? Are you serious?
She's seriously.
Okay, we gotta move on. Okay, to an actual topic.
Yeah.
So, why women can walk around freely will not be the topic for today's discussion. I'm very sorry. The topic is.
Your
So I don't know
loss.
if you all saw, there was some kids who stole some Halloween candy, right? There was a bowl of Halloween candy, it was full of Halloween candy. Kid comes up, takes a bowl, dumps it all this thing, said take one. Somebody took video of that and posted it on the internet. So my question is, did the kids do anything wrong, and should it have been posted online? I'm gonna start in the top right hand corner with Fabian Liberty. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's wrong to like steal the candy. I mean, like, what are your it's a shit move, but I mean, it happens literally every time. And the idea that we live in this panopticon fucking society where everything needs to be filmed and placed on social media is not only absurd, but you should question like what kind of society you want to live in where everything needs to go online and like people's lives need to be like curtailed and ruined by this culture of like everyone trying to get likes. I mean, I don't know if this is a great topic. Like, I don't know why you're so excited about this topic, but I mean, obviously what the kids did was stealing. It's a shitty thing to do, and filming them and putting it online is equally shitty. It's not a big deal in either direction though.
Okay. I'm a little afraid to say this. CTV?
Wait a minute. Why do I gotta go next? Shouldn't it be a lefty next?
Okay, sure. Actual Jake.
There you go.
If you leave your candy on your porch and say, please take one, and then one of the kids takes more than one, That was your mistrust in Americans to not be greedy.
Fuck you, Jake.
Like you really should have just understood. Like you teach kids from a foundational point to like maximize all the things they possibly take at all times, and you're surprised when they do that, and then you get mad about it. Like it seems pretty weird to like I don't know. Yeah.
IRI.
Look, the mission is to distribute the candy. I think that was done quite quickly right there. There is no rule about take one. You put the bowl outside like a lazy fuck instead of waiting for kids to ring the doorbell.
Right? It's a soft rule.
Well, but that's bullshit. That is some lazy ass bullshit.
Hey, I agree with that.
Turn the light off and go to bed. Fuck it. They did him a favor. Weirdo put it on the internet.
Pixel.
When there are adults like CTV, I don't think you can be surprised when the children literally take an extra candy. Like, come on. Like,
nah, still vote for me. Still vote for me.
Talking about this shit, and you're gonna be like, oh, the kids stole some candy. Are you surprised?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
is anybody surprised? Nobody is surprised.
Nope.
And like capitalism, it rewards greed, and kids are learning that from a very young age.
That
That's why we
said,
need a bit
that
of-
said, I don't want to say that like in a communist society nobody would take all the candy. I'm just saying,
yeah,
this probably exacerbates the numbers here. Just toss that out there.
It's our candy.
Also,
Okay.
what
CTV.
kind of candy was it?
Wait, CTV, your intro.
You've been muting me, asshole.
Because you're interrupting people during their intro.
No, I haven't been interrupting people. I've been
Yes,
being
you have.
no.
A lot of
Hold on.
yelling too. See,
Tell them
Fucking
CTV.
Hold the fucking show on.
You got 30 seconds.
hold the
No,
show on.
30 seconds.
Common
fuck
parlance.
You. 30 seconds. Fuck you. How's this? Right? For 1 year, I have been controlling myself to the point that the audience needs to be understood. So fuck you, Dylan Burns. Right? I know how to control myself. I don't need you muting me, you fucking prick. Right? So the reality of the situation is that Halloween candy needs to be checked by parents, but the reality is there needs to be a lot less assholes out there putting CBD in people's fucking candy. Are you fucking shitting me? You got a good thing, adults? Play it up, adults, but don't give it to the fucking kids. You fucking idiots. You fucking idiots. Why do you gotta be playing it up? Quit trying to give it to the fucking kids, you fucking idiots! It's not meant for the kids, you fucking idiots! Jesus Christ! Now Dylan Burns, take it away.
Do you know who you could use some CBD?
Now I'm gonna contribute here because it seems that all of you love crime or something.
No, I do want to add something. Apparently.
Apparently, what did someone tell you to say that?
The story is different than what you reported. Apparently.
Okay.
Apparently, I have an opinion.
Story? What's the real story?
The story is that the person filming was the father that was instructing the kid to go back and take more candy.
So it was like clout?
So it was, yeah, and then they posted the video.
Oh, well, that's a
after
shitty
instructing
parent.
the child to go take more candy because the kid, I mean, I fucking hate post-anarchist, post-leftist people that think that like children are socialized via capitalism in the school system or some dumb shit into like the idea of being greedy or something because it's a dumb fucking take. But that being said, the dad is literally telling the kid like, no, go get more candy. So like the dad is instructing his kid.
Well, sure.
That's a
You just said wait, hold on. You just said that American children are not taught greed, and then you blamed the parent for teaching greed to the child in the same sentence.
Yeah, it's not contradictory. I feel like
That seems pretty obviously okay. Like yeah, there's going to be some situations where
obviously children are socialized to an extent, right? But
right.
Wait. You're thinking of two separate videos. So there was two videos. There was one video where one kid comes up, dumps all of it in his thing, and he just runs away. There's a second video where a little girl walks up to a bowl of candy. He's like, I'm going to take one because it tells me to. And then the dad's like, no, take more. And she's like, but what about all the other kids? And he's like, no. Yeah, the dad was like literally the most evil sack of shit like you could possibly imagine.
Maybe he's just trying to help his daughter navigate a world that men have been taking more for decades. Maybe women shouldn't be taking more candy. Maybe we shouldn't be teaching the little girls to take more candy.
Dangerously close to
You know what,
CTV's
Dylan?
question.
You know what, Dylan? Maybe he had a
Yeah.
home full of disabled kids that couldn't go out and get candy themselves, and he was just looking out for his brood. You ever think about that, Dylan?
Maybe those kids need to go on a diet. Now, here's my take on this, okay? So, my thing is, I believe that it is wrong for kids to steal candy. As in, they should not be going out there, seeing one, and taking all of it. Not only are you screwing out the person who gives you the candy and makes it available to you in their kindness, you're screwing out the commons. You're screwing out all the other kids who want candy. I want Hershey bars.
No.
I want
You
peanut
do?
butter. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I want peanut butter.
No.
I want
That
no.
is-
I don't care. I don't care. Mute it.
You want
okay?
Hershey
I
bars?
don't care. I don't care. I want candy, right?
Yeah, but Hershey bars?
And also, shut up. I want candy. And so CTV's having a blast over there. Okay. I want candy. And since I want candy, the only way we're going to be able to get candy is if the other kids do not abuse the system and take the candy from my mouth. Therefore,
From your mouth?
from my mouth.
That's
yes,
a really bad
because
visual, bro.
They take the candy from the bowl.
He's sucking on a
They are
lollipop, and kids are just like,
No, they are. Look,
This panel has failed the vibe check.
Look, what I'm trying to get at is when they steal candy from these bowls and take more than one, ultimately the person who gets hurt the most is not the person who put the bowl out there, but the other kids who want to get candy and come later in the night. And so I would say that maybe these kids need to be explained to them that stealing this candy isn't just screwing out the person at this house, it's screwing out all the other kids who want candy.
hoarding
That's a
candy is
lesson to
bad.
You got to
Just
show
like
up early,
capital.
man. You can't show up late.
Tell
You get
me
fucked.
more about hoarding candy, Jake.
Yeah,
Dylan.
I actually don't really fuck with candy that much,
Dylan,
but
so- There
you go.
I do have some
There you go.
Altoids.
Hold on.
I thought that was a
I'm actually-
billionaire joke.
It was a
I'm
billionaire
actually-
joke.
I'm
Oh,
interested in
okay.
Fabian's question. What, Fabian?
There's
Hold
actually
on, no. You're actually interested in CTV's question because you
No,
know
but
what?
I'm not. I'm
No
interested in
one's
Fabian's.
interested.
But you are interested in CTV's question.
I'm interested in
because I
Fabian's
think-
question, so you need to quiet down for a second,
No,
okay?
you're saying that
This
you're
is my
interested in.
panel. Okay, Fabian.
So there's actually an economic term for what you're describing. It's called tragedy of the commons, right? Like this is an economic thing where, and so you can apply it when you look at, like, let's say overfishing, right? When you have something that is like an available resource that everyone is able to have access to, then you have individuals that are incentivized to take all of the things because of that, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't a new. This isn't.
why
a
you
new
need
That's
fishing
how that's how
license and stuff like that.
anarcho-capitalism
That's
would
why you
work.
That's not how anarcho-capitalism
Yeah, it
would
would.
work, you dumb fuck.
It would pretty much.
That's not
I don't-
how that works.
I don't think it would
with
work at
private
all,
property and
period.
easements and common
Well, yeah,
property
that's what I
and
mean.
stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So the issue here is that you have to create some level of exclusivity, or you have to create some management in the process. And this is a great example, actually, of why like
Maybe like a
communism
government.
and socialism is such a shit system, right? Because when you publicize everything, right, and you make it freely available for individuals, what you have is individuals that are incentivized to overuse the commons, right? And then they gain hierarchical power in some form or fashion, and you have the reasserting of the hierarchy within the system. And so that's why communism is such a shit system, is because of the tragedy of the commons, among
So
other
how did
Well, I
we
will
get
say- I
there
will
from
say
a
that's the
bowl of
most-
candy?
Look, actual Jake, I
Because I
do
tried
like
to make
candy.
this somewhat
He's
interesting.
saying under your system, I don't get candy.
True.
Where's
Under
the
my
candy, Jake?
system?
Yeah, under your system.
Wait,
Where's
what's
the
my
candy, Jake?
system?
Are you a commie?
No.
What are you? Are you socialist? What are you?
I think that anarcho-communism is eventually like the most ideal system for humanity.
commie.
Probably.
He's a commie, guys.
No, because I don't think it's a viable system for us today. So what I would suggest is probably a mixed system, because capitalism is not viable by itself. You need to decommodify survival necessities for people to exist right now. So you need to decommodify things like medical care.
That
You
is
need
not
to
the most
decommodify.
pertinent.
What?
That is not the most
I'm just
pertinent
saying.
thing to be happening right. No, it's not.
What?
That is not the most pertinent thing to be happening right now. Look,
Most pertinent?
No, yeah.
I don't know if you know
that's
that
right.
word means. Okay.
That's right. Pertinent.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm not surprised that
Okay.
you don't know what that fucking word means.
Annabo, post a
Are
poll.
we gonna vote?
Yeah.
We're gonna be here all
Annabo,
night,
please post
Dylan.
a poll.
Pertinent, because you're not paying attention to where it
Alright.
needs to be paid attention in. And where is that?
What needs to be
That's
paid
fucking
attention
chat.
in?
That's fucking chat, right? And you know what the most egregious
Poll
thing
has been
that's been
posted.
happening? Do you know what the most egregious thing that's been happening in chat tonight is the fact
What's that,
that
CTV?
that Heem has changed his name from Dr. Heemed out. Are you shitting me?
Why not? What's wrong with that?
No,
It's
Dr.
shorter,
Heemed
it's
out.
sweet, straight to the
No.
point.
No, it's
Well, I
not.
mean, but-
It's not straight to the point, right? Because Hemed Out used to stand for something. It used to stand for being a little.
That's
Take your time.
weed, right? Okay. I thought
That's not crack, is it? I love that your knee-jerk reaction is, "Oh, he's smoking crack." Clearly, well, yeah, that tracks.
What are you
Wow.
doing, right?
The
You
fidgety
short
legs are
man.
sort of the giveaway that that's a little
I
crack.
don't fucking like it. Heem, I don't fucking like it, right? You gotta change your name back, bro.
You're
in
smoking the
30
DMT.
in 27 fucking
Alpha
days
Wolf
because you
CTV
know what?
over here is
I'm
trying to contact the interdimensional space demons and
That's
get
right.
with the corporate pedophilic elite.
That's
And
right,
That's why it's
because
got DMT sprinkled over
because
his
there's,
marijuana.
Okay,
baby
okay,
and
okay,
a
okay,
All
baby
right,
and
yeah,
I'm
we-
like,
we-
Okay,
we-
okay, okay,
Alex
okay.
Jones.
Okay, everybody shut up. If you are CTV, raise your hand.
Fuck, he doesn't want to admit
CTV,
it. You don't want to admit to your own identity, bro.
Fine. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Pixel Smixel. If your name's Pixel Mixel, raise your hand. IRI, raise your hand. Okay. Actual Jake, raise your hand. Fabian, raise your hand. Okay. And this person on the bottom right-hand corner who's drunk off his ass, that's CTV. So if you want to know who you're voting for, those are your options, okay? The votes are out there. Oh, snap. Wow, that's a surprising jump in the numbers. Damn. The more drunk CTV gets, the more votes he gets.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Okay. So,
He had nowhere to go after the so.
I
So?
really don't. I don't know where to go after the candy topic. Unironically, I have to say though, I am surprised at how easy you guys are gonna let the candy thieves get off with this. Honestly.
Yeah.
Is it really stealing though? Is it stealing?
Look,
like you
I'm
put a
not saying-
bowl under your
look,
porch?
I'm not saying they should go to
Encourage
prison.
the next generation
Look.
of women to steal more candy.
Exactly.
There you go.
right?
Yeah,
Now,
that's
look,
right. That's my hot
the
take.
problem
What
is,
kind
right,
of candy was it?
Look, I don't think they should go to prison. I just think they should get the chair.
Look, here's
Right,
the
don't
reality.
fill up the prisons.
Right, look. I see why you would want them to get the chair, but the reality is here is that someone has circumvented the system.
Oh boy.
They've circumvented the system, right? This is live reality television.
His
This
mouth is
isn't-
walking through a sandy beach.
That's right.
He's trying
right?
real hard.
Sandy Beach and
He's doing
real
okay.
hard, and you and your corny cob fucking bitch ass shit, right? There we go.
That wasn't really a whole
Right, we
sentence.
landed where we are, right? And you're just a corn cob bitch.
A corn
right? So-
cob.
Holy.
Can I get some
Corn
clorns in chat, please?
Bitch.
Little clorns.
Okay, the voting
Getting
is
personal.
done. I can tell you who's staying and who's going. Okay?
Okay.
Who's staying and who's
With
going?
the most votes at the top is Actual Jake with 28% of the vote.
Wow.
Second is Pixel Smixel with 27% of the vote.
Wow.
Third is Critically Thinking Veteran with 19% of the vote.
There you go.
Fourth is IRI with 17% of the vote. And last is Fabian Liberty with 9% of the vote.
Okay,
I'm very
look,
sorry,
so-
Fabian.
All right. Do I get my out?
You have to head out. Yes, you
Look,
get your out.
everybody,
All right, cool.
everybody that voted
get
for
my out?
Holy
IRI,
shit.
trust me when I
Really?
Yes.
Jesus
All right, so
fucking
I just
Christ.
want to say, number one, obviously this is rigged, not because the voting is rigged, but because CTV clearly can't consent to being on this panel. He's too intoxicated, and I would think that the lefties in chat would feel that consent is important.
I
Apparently.
genuinely wish it was you that was going to stay. Let's just say that. How about that?
That being said,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm a duo streamer with my name is Scott. My streaming partner Mark. We do anarcho-capitalists. We don't do like Destiny fucking Vosh reactions and stuff. We do news. We do book readings. We do boycott Blizzard and indie game stuff occasionally. We do a lot of open panels and stuff. Come check us out. Thank you so much for having me. I'm surprised I made it this far because I'm a 20 viewer Andy, so I don't have the audience to support me. But thank you so much for all the fun. And if you ever want to get crushed in a debate, just hit me up.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. Goodbye now. You've been eliminated. Leave. Thank you. Okay.
sad. I'm so sad, Dylan.
Why are you
Hold on,
sad?
I'm gonna go piss now because I'm so sad.
Just don't do it right there. Okay.
Good job.
I thought he
Dan.
might just
Made him
stay
sad.
This
and
is
just
the
piss
final
where he's
four.
sitting.
We have 4 of our most elite of our show, okay? We have Actual Jake, IRI, Pixel Smixel, and the nefarious, the notorious CTV. All in a single room. I'm very proud of all of you for getting this far. Very proud of all of you. Especially Cornflake.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Okay.
It's an absolute honor, Dylan.
Seriously, what
absolute
kind of
honor.
fucking candy was it, though? Tell me these kids
What
are
do you
stealing
mean?
Reese's cups.
It was like, you know those tiny little, like, 5 centimeter, Milky Ways? and,
Milky Ways?
You know what I'm talking about?
They're
Milky Ways
fine,
are better
I
than
guess.
Snickers, though.
Dude, Milky Ways are good.
Milky Ways are fine, but you don't like go
Put 'em in
ham
the
on
freezer?
When's the last time? Well, sure, I guess, but like, when's the last time you were like, "Fuck, I need a Milky Way so bad"? When it's mostly like that's like
no
a candy you eat when it's around.
No one.
Yeah.
Hold on. Speaking of Milky Ways, you motherfuckers better remember that it's 3 lefties against 1 fucking righty. And who's the motherfucker making it the most entertaining for you tonight? That's right. It's fucking me.
You know what? I think I did okay,
Give me
too.
your fucking votes, because let's be honest.
Here's the topic.
3
You know
of these
what?
motherfuckers can be traded out,
I have a
including the
topic.
fucking host. I'm the motherfucker making
including
it the
those.
most interesting. That's right.
I have
That's
a
right,
topic.
Dylan.
I have a
That's
topic
right.
that has been
The
debated
only
in my
reason
community.
you exist. Oh, sorry.
In my community for a very long period of time. Do you want to know what that topic is?
Yeah.
CTV. Is his presence justified?
No.
Now, hey, you gotta let me finish the question.
All right,
There's
that's my
been a
take.
long debate in my community on whether CTV is a good, entertaining chap bringing the content, or a deadly poison to discourse, which everything he walks into, he ruins the conversation by yelling. And so my question is to this room, is to decide the fate of one of your fellow panelists. Is CTV a benefit to the Hippy Dippy brand? He even has an emote. He is, when people think CTV, they think Hippy Dippy. Or is he a poison to it?
I think as an
Hurting and dragging it down to my personal emotional affection for the man.
as an early round spice, sure, fine. But like, I've never had a good conversation with you. It'd be nice if you wanted to. So you're already muted. You can't. I can tell you're yelling. Like if you could just
We're
be
gonna
like,
go one by one.
if you could just be like, hey man, so this is my take, and you're high or drunk or whatever, that'd be dope. But like, just like screaming is like weird. Like that. I'm fine if you have the same take, but like in a normal person voice. I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, man. I feel like right wingers can't calm down usually, but Fabian did a pretty good job.
Next is going to be IRI. What do you think, IRI?
I think CTV is a goddamn national treasure here on Twitch Politics, and anytime this man chooses to spend a minute with us is a gift to all of us. Period.
Playing it up for the Burns crowd.
Schmimpy.
Pixel.
Schmimpy. You know, this is probably my most enlightened centrist take, even though I'm an absolute leftist. I used to not like panels and drama, but I've realized it's not going anywhere. And I think CTV being on these is entertaining, and it's also good for the left because, like, his lack of logic and his ability to just scream rather than have any meaningful points leads a whole lot of people to like based leftist content. So, I mean,
A
you
whole
can
lot
keep
of
him.
people.
You can keep him. I mean, look at him
Millions.
right now, just rocking
So
back
many.
and forth. Everybody's just
Yeah.
like, yep, this is the guy
Yeah.
I want my political takes from. This one.
I
This is the one.
think the
Also,
yelling can be fun.
Heemed,
but
I heard
man.
Heemed wants to contribute. If he wants to jump in here for a second, just to give
Bring
an
him
opinion
in.
on this, he's allowed to. But CTV, do you have any thoughts on yourself?
You know what? Do I have any thoughts on myself? Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest for a moment. I bring nothing but the truth because that's all
Should
I
have
know how
stopped
to
before
bring.
the butt.
Wait! Why is it that you're bothering to speak? And I don't even know why it is that Dr. Heemdout is coming in to speak right now. Because let's be honest, all Dr. Heemdout is going to be able to bring is subpar takes, right?
Damn.
Next
Did you
to
move the camera so the
man-
big vape apparatus
Hold
wasn't in
on.
it, bro?
Oh, Jesus
So the
Christ.
volcano balloon
Look,
Come
Hold
on.
Let me explain to the look, now I got to explain to the audience what happens, right? You bother speaking, and then that takes time away from CTV from being able to speak, right? And we already
True.
know that I'm infected with COVID-19, right? Infected with COVID-19, and none of y'all give a flyings of a fuck. Right?
The man's infected.
Of course I can.
Trying to goddamn cope right now with my COVID-19, and y'all are trying to fucking fuck me over. Hold
Shame on you guys. Shame on all of you.
I can't hear him.
All I'm trying to do is cope with
There he
my
is.
COVID-19, right?
I don't
And the
know if moonshine is the best thing to do for that. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
It'll,
Fucking
There's an S in there! Pronounce my name right, for fuck's sake! Mixel! Do you know what an S is? Pronounce it!
Look, I know all she wants to do is want me, right? I know that's all she wants, but I can't help it. I know that's all she wants, but I'm a married
Fire.
man. I'm a married man. I can't help
Jackson
what
hates
I
your
just wanna say-
instincts are.
I
I
just
can't
wanna say-
help it.
I'm
Jake,
just gonna say going forward. That's not a thing we say about other guests, and we're gonna go over to him now.
Yeah, what up?
Look,
all right. I just
so
want to
that's
say
where we're at.
actual Jake. I want
fellow
to say,
stoner.
How could you possibly say that this is not content gold right here?
Content goal. I mean, I guess I have different standards for content. Like at least,
I also
should
want to
have
say I gotta
different
back up.
standards.
yeah. Like if he was saying words while yelling, that'd be fine. But he just sort of just yells at. You know what I mean?
gotta back up my man's here. I've had good combos with CTV. It's just
I would
when he
love
comes on these
to.
panels- when he comes on these panels, he's on another level.
Yeah.
So you just gotta catch him at the right time.
I love you, Haim.
Well, that's what I'm
Well,
saying. I would
I
love
don't
to
know.
catch him at the right time. I would absolutely love that. That'd be great to have a conversation about whatever the fuck that guy believes. But I don't think I'm getting it.
I want to know, CTV, does your wife, is she dying of laughter in the background while you're acting like this?
Look, here's the reality of the situation.
Please, I don't. I
Oh my
only
fucking
wanna know
god!
the
Do we need a
reality.
preamble every time?
I can't believe people like give me shit for drinking when.
Look.
No, someone please clip every time CTV said, "Here's the reality of it tonight," all in one compilation.
Look, Heem.
Oh god.
And I keep saying Heem because he changed his fucking name, but you know what? I don't fucking like it. I like Dr. Heemdown, you son of a bitch. I liked it. Dr. Heemdown. Doctor.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
felt,
sorry.
It felt official, you son of a bitch. It felt official. Right?
I'm gonna message Twitch partner staff and ask for a name
No, you
change. back.
can't. You can only change it like once every so often.
I'm gonna send them this clip.
Now.
Wait, I'm gonna send them this clip. Surely they'll change their policy.
You got anything else you got to say before we vote on this round?
I think it's ridiculous. Anyone who says that CTV doesn't belong on the panels, I think that's outlandish. I think CTV generally represents conservative. If you want to have a conversation and hear what the conservative takes are on things, I think CTV is when I think of a conservative person.
That's
I think
true.
of CTV.
That's a good take. That's actually a good
And
take.
He represents it well,
Yeah.
and he's funny as fuck. What else do you want?
Is he funny?
Man. He's funny.
He's funny. Like we're fun. It's at him, not like for him.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I
Dylan,
disagree.
What do you think? Do you think he's funny?
Oh, I find CTV hilarious, but I have a very certain type of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not like he's not like clever. He just is sort of loud, you know.
Nah, he's clever. too.
Anyway,
He called
Dude,
you
I hope
cornflake.
so.
He called you cornflake, and he said you get soft.
Cornflake was good.
After
The cornflake milk thing was probably the most interesting thing he said all night.
Bro, that's a fucking banger insult. I would have never thought of that.
Bars, I guess. Sure.
Heem is terrible at predicting bangers, though. He was like, "This tweet's a banger, Dylan. It's gonna blow up." It didn't do shit.
Which one?
It was the Amish tweet.
Oh yeah. Listen, I only predict my own bangers. What do you want? Yo, that fucking clip last night. Holy shit. But anyways, all right. I wanted to come and defend CTV. I think it's unfair. He's being unfairly maligned. It's 3-on-1, and yeah.
Thank you. Who are you rooting for, Heem?
I think it's pretty clear at this point. I'm a CTV fan right here, bro.
CTV
Okay,
fan,
so
there
he
you
is
go.
saying you should vote for CTV.
I
Go
am
for
endorsing
it.
CTV. Yeah,
Can you
just gonna
imagine a
make sure that one.
CTV versus
endorsement.
Destiny conversation that lasted more than 20 minutes?
That would have
'Cause
to host it. Yeah.
I certainly don't think you would get the content you desire out of that.
Well, we'll find out who's the next person to get that in a second.
All right, on that
Okay.
note, I'm going to head out, and best of luck to the panelists, best of luck to the voters, and don't forget to subscribe to Dylan Burns TV and Critically Thinking Veteran. Those are the only
Amen,
two
brother.
channels.
All
All right,
we need to
much
get
love.
him on. We need to get him on Burned Out.
All right, yeah, for sure. All right, peace.
Peace. Okay, the votes are coming in. So
Are we doing votes? Oh, okay.
yeah, we have it a vote.
Oh, well, I should probably
Oh my
I
God.
should show my chat.
CTV's killing it.
Job CTV.
Pixel Smixel is currently in the lead with 37. Then CTV with 30. Then Actual Jake with 21. And IRI with 12.
We'll
See you in a
get
second.
a little bit of something going on there, but
So
legit.
let me ask you a question. Here's a good question, and this is a motivating factor always.
You know what
for
my
the-
chat
for
asked
who-
me? Can I ask
What
you a
was
question?
that?
My chat asked me, do you want us to vote for you or do you want us to not so you can go to bed?
Damn. Damn. Well, if it makes you feel better, we don't got too much longer, like 20 minutes.
I'm not even tired. They asked me that because they. Go ahead.
I think Jake's having a
great
blast.
show.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah, we're all having a good time. It's been a lot of fun tonight, for
We'll have
sure.
a better time.
No one said a slur. We did it. Not yet.
Night's
Do you know I
night's
actually
you
gave you
wanna add
shit
anything to that?
yesterday, Jake?
What?
I actually talked shit on you yesterday.
What'd I do?
Wait a minute.
I did.
I forgot my mic was muted.
Is it because I haven't read the book yet?
No, it's not because you haven't read the book yet.
Hold
no,
on.
it was because I'm not sure about your corn representation.
Oh, do I
Hold
need
on.
different corns?
Wait, hold on.
Like rainbow corns and dark corns?
No, I
look.
just don't know if corn can consent to your representation of corn, and therefore I am questioning
Oh, I see.
that. Yeah, so
Well,
Wait, you're.
thought I'd let you
hold
know.
on.
I'm being upfront about it. So.
You're being upfront about your corn being representational of corn. Is that what's being asked? I want to.
I got a
Do
question
you
for the room.
understand the question, CTV? Do you understand?
I
Quick
just
question for
asked
the room.
Fucking question, right?
It didn't
says
make
the
sense.
emphasis-
I
It
have
didn't
a
make
quick
sense.
question for the room,
It
okay?
didn't make sense.
I have a quick question for the room.
mm.
Tulsi Gabbard, Mike Bloomberg. Who are you voting for? Two only options.
Wow.
That's all-
Oh,
that's
so
all-
Tulsi.
I'm with Mike.
I can't.
Easy.
Mike sucks pretty bad. I don't know.
What?
The
Tulsi is
American essentialism on
anti-trans.
this channel is just outrageous. I tell you, it is outrageous.
It's a difficult
guess,
question.
Tulsi. I don't know.
a
What?
certain
How
group
is
of
it
people will
difficult?
Hate you no matter
How
what.
is it difficult?
I gotta go with-
Tulsi
No,
is
the
an
thing is-
anti-trans piece of garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Mike
Mike
Bloomberg
Bloomberg.
ain't. He's not a hater.
No.
Mike Bloomberg's
No.
a disgusting.
Fuck to both of you at home, right?
Oh
You
yeah, she
think
did just do
that-
anti-trans shit pretty loud, right? Just like the other
Yeah,
day on
And
their
she
Twitter.
She just said she just went out with a tweet saying like,
Oh
"Hey,
yeah,
I'm
that
very
might
happy
change
the
my
Democrats
opinion.
lost
Actually,
in
I
Virginia
forgot.
because of the CRT." She said CRT was the
Yeah,
biggest
you're right.
issue in Virginia.
I don't know. I don't think there's a fucking winner here though.
No,
There's no winners here.
it's not a fucking winner, right? And the reality is here is that any one of y'all that would think that it is a fucking winner,
What?
right?
No,
are-
the
are
joke was
only
that it sucked.
Yes, that was the.
It sort of went
You're
zip
only
right past
taking
you.
the party line down the fucking trope. That's all you're doing.
What?
Right? That's all you're doing. Taking the party line down the fucking trope.
That's what you're
That's all
doing.
you-
What is?
What you're doing.
I would love to
He
know
was
what
right.
that means.
I don't understand.
Me either.
And like
Okay.
when I, a woman, can't understand, you know you're not doing a very
What
good
about
job,
you, Pixel?
CTV. Get better.
Pixel,
What?
Tulsi, or Mike Bloomberg?
I would write in Australian supremacy on the ballot. I would actually go like
Australian
full
supremacy?
That's probably true.
wild,
Look,
full
hold
wild
on. No,
leftist,
no,
and I would
no, no,
write
no.
Okay,
Australian.
okay. Why is Heem back? Heem, why are you back?
No,
I have a
there's
quick
only-
question. I've always wondered about this, especially because Pixel brought up the suit
Okay.
thing. I have to ask Jake.
What
I
up?
like how Heem was
Do-
just like,
do
I
you
can
like-
just wander fuck in here.
I'm sorry, I had
Just
to. It was
back.
unlocked. Do you like you wear that all the time, right? And it's like it's a good way to bring viewers in. I think if people are like scrolling on Twitch,
Sure, maybe.
they're probably like, "Yo, what the fuck?" I'm gonna click on that. I just wonder, like, do you have to wash it or how does that work?
No, you don't wash them. You get a new one every year, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't
So
wash
you
it.
have-
Why would you do something like that?
It'll
lose the smell.
Heem was just eliminated. Oh my gosh! Everybody said Heem leave. Oh my god, that's crazy.
All right. I just wanted to ask. All right, thank you.
There's
Nah,
no way
dude.
that guy fucking said. There's no way that Heem got eliminated, got said.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
way. Anyway,
By the way, chat
votes are
bribes me for this.
the votes are in. Okay, we're about to have
Base.
the vote total.
That's how you make money.
So,
Sorry.
number 1, Pixel Smixel with 43% of the vote. Number 2, Actual Jake.
Oh fuck! I thought I lost.
27% of the vote. CTV
Shit.
in third with 22, and IRI in last place with 25. 8% of the vote. IRI, I'm very sorry. You have to leave. I like your glasses.
Thank you very much. Can I say something before I leave, or you want me to get
Sure.
the fuck out?
You can say something.
I just want to say it was a lot of fun. If I'm going to lose to anybody, I'm proud to lose to these 3 champions right here. These people are fantastic. Give it up for all these wonderful people. Dylan, thanks for having me. I also want to say congratulations to Joe Biden and the Democrats for passing soon the bipartisan infrastructure deal. Okay, now.
One clap.
Wonderful. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you guys.
Good night.
See you later. Okay. Now, there are only 3 of you left. One of you will be the winner of the Hippy Dippy Rumble. Did I think it would be this 3? No. No, I did not. I did not think it would be this 3. What do you think, CTV?
I'm drunk and COVID ridden. What the fuck do you want?
Back to me than you are. Okay. So, that I do agree, CTV. And so for this last round, we'll end it here. It's easier just to end it here. You need to say why you should be the one to win tonight, and why your opponents should most certainly not win tonight. And I'm going to start with Pixel, knowing what the prize is, too.
Oh, what a prize.
What a prize.
Well,
Okay.
you could vote if you wanted to. You could also not vote for me.
Fuck.
If you wanted to, as an option. You know what? I'm gonna take my time here to say why you should vote for this lovely piece of corn above me. I would highly recommend voting for the corn. Not only is the corn American representative, unlike me, I'm Australian. Don't vote for me, please. God.
I'm an American, so.
So I'm very proud to be here today. I do have some very based American opinions, and I clearly add so much to this panel. But at this point, I think everybody should be, I don't know, fully patriotic and voting for corn.
Amen. Next, Actual Jake.
All right.
Why should you win tonight?
Well, I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear what the Dylan Burns
We're
community.
down to 2 options, right?
Pretty clear what the Dylan Burns community wants, right? They seen Twitter. They know what's happening here. You guys get it. Don't fuck with that shitty little fucking smile, Dylan. This is the whole thing. You guys want to see me talk to Destiny, and as long as we can talk about something that I want to talk about, that'd be amazing. That'd be awesome.
You, as the winner, would get basically priority
we would get that.
choose the topic.
Which would be pretty ideal. That could be a good time. But if you don't want to vote for me, the reason you shouldn't vote for CTV is you will have spent your whole week looking forward to the Dylan Burns, the big time Hippy Dippy debate, and it'd take about 15 minutes to run out of things to say, and Destiny would just win. So that'd be it. That'd be the whole thing. It wouldn't be very fun. Now, if Pixel wins, by the way, I got to take a little bit of time. Pixel would also do very well at that. So Pixel is a viable.
You can listen to everything else he says, but that.
Okay.
One last question for you.
Me.
What would you debate him on?
I mean, we disagree on a lot of stuff, which would be fine. But usually when he wants to debate me, he comes into my chat or something, or he yells at me on Twitter, and it's like about like trans panic stuff or stuff that like if I brought it up would become discourse and would harm those communities or would like drag them in the mud a little bit, or something like the Kyle Rittenhouse stuff that we disagreed about like months ago. He brought that back up. So it had to be something like current would be ideal, and something that isn't going to drag like the LGBT community through the mud. That'd be dope. That's pretty much my only criteria. That's what I told him, and then he blocked me.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this would be your one-way ticket where he has no options. Unless you
Yeah,
want to vacate the
I mean, I
title.
also could have just DM'd him, but yeah, we could do this too. That's fine.
That is true, but then Hippy Dippy, you get custom music, you get a Titan.
Wow, that's true. I wouldn't have made custom music for it, so that's.
Did you see the Haas Titantron?
I didn't.
It was very cool. It was very. In fact, actually, I still have it. So let me play it on stream quick because it's really cool. 1 second.
He's just proud of that. And then CTV just
it's
fucking
very
walked
cool.
away.
Yeah,
He just
yeah,
walked
well,
away.
buy time for him. Just look at my stream quick. This shit's really cool.
Okay,
It's really dope.
okay. We'll look at it real
okay.
quick. Let me refresh it.
Look at it.
Clorn.
Okay. Right, wrong one. Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck.
When you figure it out.
There it is.
And in the
Okay. When you figure it out.
That shit was awesome. That shit was. I was very happy with that. Anyway,
There you go. Not too bad.
moving it over to CTV. CTV, why should you win tonight, and why should Jake lose?
What do you mean, why should Jake lose? Why did you bother fucking muting me if you were going to just mute me to begin with? Right? Are you fucking kidding me? Right? Here's the obvious winner of tonight's fucking Hippy Dippy Rumble, right? Nobody knew that this week was going to be a Hippy Dippy Rumble. Nobody.
What was that last little climactic moment there? Okay.
Anime came! This is the CTV sub-player!
There's too much.
Everybody gotta speak because CTV is speaking, right? You see this? This is the Hippy Dippy Rumble. Little lady. What you gotta do?
God, he's so
You're
weird.
so lucky you already have a wife. You're so lucky you already have a wife.
Well, she can leave. She can still leave.
You can still leave, little lady.
Okay, stop.
if
We're
you
not
don't
using
like
that
it.
word. We're not using that word anymore. That word's not banned.
Hold on, I won't use it anymore, right? So, like, look, here's
Thank
the dilly illy. Oh my goodness. You know the word. You know the word. The 2-word lurd.
He's just descended into vaguely rhyming, which is pretty fun.
Right?
Yeah.
So we know what the word is.
What is
right?
the word?
We know what the word is.
What's the word? Is it the
we
bird?
Know, we know the word.
What's the word?
Is the word.
Dude.
Look.
I'm watching.
even-
This is
hold
like.
Hold on.
This is like.
Even Dylan Burns himself will not be able to trick
Even Dylan
me.
Burns. The esteemed Dylan Burns. Even Dylan.
Dylan Burns.
Jesus Christ!
The Dylan Burns bump.
Can't even speak right now to actual Drake when all you are is an actual fake, right? Why you even
Can you pick
bothering
up the
to speak?
cat?
No, you can't fucking do it. Why you even bothering? You're a dumb shit.
No, you are.
No, you.
No, you are, and all you
All
are
right,
is
man.
all you have is
Oh,
like
God.
all of the action. That's all you got.
All right.
That's all you got.
CTV, answer.
Okay. You know what?
Stop.
Of your motherfucking end game. That's the extent of your.
Okay, CTV, you need to stop because I'm talking. Okay. Just tell me why you should win, why actual Jake should lose and what you would debate Destiny on.
Well, actual Jake should lose because he hasn't brought forth any kind of argument that has faced any type of scrutinism tonight.
Scrutinisms?
Right? And the reason why I should debate Destiny is because I am the only person on the opposing platform that has the ability to be able to debate Destiny.
True.
Right? On the topics that actually fucking matter.
Scrutinism.
Let's be honest, right? Actual Jake and Pixel Smixel, while showing a great showing tonight, and let's be honest, right? I'm so glad that Jake put on his outfit tonight. He looks so cute. He looks so cute. I want to kiss him all over his face. Look at him. Anybody that doesn't want to look at that face tonight and doesn't want to kiss it, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing tonight? You know you want to kiss that fucking face tonight. He's just, oh my God, kissable. He's just kissable tonight. Look at him. He's just kissable. And Smixel, right? While like I want to say she's kissable, but like at like understanding that I'm a man, and then like you know, I'm on like the advocating on the left side of things, like maybe that like makes it a weird kind of thing, right? Maybe I want to kiss her too, but it makes it weird. But you know what? We want to kiss them both tonight. And we want to kiss them both tonight because, you know, it's kissables. It's kissables tonight.
And what would
you
you
know
say?
what?
Destiny on?
We just can't do this. Look, we can only do this
Let me in.
on the Hippy Dippy podcast because every other podcast will shut us down tonight. And we can't
probably for good
believe
reason.
as explicitly kissable as we can tonight. We just want to kissable everybody tonight. Oh, I just knocked my bottle of sink.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what would you debate Destiny on?
Down.
What would you debate
Hold
Destiny
on.
on? You never answered that question.
What do I want to oh, hold on. Debate.
Yeah, not dick. Debate
Don't-
him. Yes.
don't
Not
dicks.
dick him, debate him.
I want to debate Destiny on. I hope you're ready for tonight. This. I hope you're ready. Taking down Southern statues.
Okay, that's actually an interesting topic. I was expecting something different. Okay.
That's such a nice way. Different. Very political of you.
Okay. So, it's now over. It is now up to the viewers to decide if you want the person who just abstained from the vote, basically Pixel, and said to vote for the other person, actual Jake, or CTV, the intellectual of tonight's show. So,
the intellectual.
Yeah, he's an
Thunder
intellectual powerhouse.
Seriously, like a
Wait a second. You think
like
I'm
a
not
brain
intellectual?
thunderclap.
Yes.
Yeah, a brain thunderclap right in your fucking ass. How's that?
What are you, CTV? Are you pressing something? Are you like repressing something? You
Yeah.
like have a consistent theme tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I have a consistent theme of every fucking night where I and I take the fucking show, right? That's how it is. Everybody else who doesn't think so,
Oh, yeah.
right, can fuck off.
Sorry, I, as an Australian belle, made it to the end of this
but you're
fucking
Australian and
panel.
nobody gives a fuck.
Oh, clearly some people do because I'm still here, CTV.
Nope, nobody gives a fuck.
All right.
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
can't
still
believe
here.
I'm doing this.
I
I'm gonna vote for me.
I'm gonna vote for you too.
I get it if you want CTV to show up to do that. That'd be fascinating.
Who do you think would win in that? CTV, Destiny? Who do you think?
Look,
Actual Jake.
Destiny
are you
and I
shitting me?
disagree on a lot of stuff.
Everybody knows.
But,
Everybody
yeah,
knows
no.
actual Jake.
Okay. The vote is coming in, and
Everybody.
Oh wow, it's actually narrowing quite quick. 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, man. If you ever want to like,
You never answered this question, by the way.
what was the question?
Why are women?
Why are women? Women are because
Men.
men.
Can you tweet that out, CTV, quick? Why are women, so I could retweet it?
Why are women?
Yeah.
Well, the reality is, right, is that why are women? Why are women, right? It has everything to do with the fact that they are, in fact, women that want to deal with the real situations that affect them in their daily lives rather than affect
I
an
like cooking and
actual-
looking after the children, CTV. That's the only thing I
Jesus
care
Christ.
about.
You
That's all
have
I
got-
care about.
You've got to make the argument
Jesus,
gonna
why
start
not
smoking
women?
this.
Why not women?
Oh, you
Why
just
not?
started?
the argument against
Honestly.
women. You've got to make the argument against women, right? Because you started hearing the argument for
Whoa! The vote has
women.
narrowed quickly. What the fuck? So right now it is 230 to 205. The vote is narrowing very quickly. It completely is up now. Oh my god! Now it's completely upon the chat to keep. I actually need to add some music in the background here.
Dun,
Please don't me,
dun,
please don't me,
dun,
please don't
dun.
Yeah, 1 second.
Please, not me. Is that what you said? Stop the count, they say. Now that you punish
Like,
chat,
actually-
do we get aftercare? They're asking.
Sorry.
Sure, we can have a little. We'll have a little aftercare after this. If you guys want to vote, go for it in my chat. There you go.
Why are women? Yes.
Why are women?
Why not women? Women should have far more
by the way.
representation in politics and on debate panels and
Yes.
fucking on every single platform. Like, honestly, the most fucked up thing is that men have been getting away with this bullshit for so long. Look at CTV right now. That's entertainment. But if I do it, oh my god, I'm screaming and hysterical.
That's actually true.
Me.
That's actually not.
I am screaming and hysterical.
little bit of
You
jokes,
would be
but
like,
yeah.
oh my god, look at this emotional woman on her period. Whereas CTV is, you're just like, oh my god, this is some big dick testosterone energy or some shit. It's bullshit.
I actually agree with that. No jokes. That's actually true.
Okay, and the vote is called. I'm calling the vote now.
Okay.
Wow, that was close. Impressively close, actually. Let me save that for the timeline.
For the
He's
TL.
So, oh my god, I have to save it again. It keeps. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
Oh, thank god. Oh, thank god. Jeez.
Why? Are you worried?
I appreciate the chaos that the chat really wanted to foster there.
Okay. So in last place is Pixel Smixel with
Or
17% of the vote.
First runner-up? Am I the first runner-up? Because I
No.
feel like the first runner-up.
In the closest vote margin in Hippy Dippy history, for God knows what reason,
They want to watch it.
actual Jake CTV
They wanna watch it
CTV
burn,
just
man.
loses by a total of 10 votes, making it the closest vote margin in Hippy Dippy history.
I would like to say, first off, that obviously justice has been served here. Finally, it's been long awaited. But second of all, I had someone redeem a ridiculous amount of channel points for me to say something nice about someone I've been yelling at. CTV, something nice I can say about you is at least you didn't drink the whole jar. So there, duty served. Chat, you're welcome.
That I unironically am so CTV. This
Proud.
is the farthest you've ever gotten in this, and I can say, I don't know how you did it in this, how close you got to actually getting a shot at the title, and knowing, and I actually think you would have a decent chance against Destiny, against all odds. I do. And so, don't, hey.
I
You know
appreciate
what?
you.
I ironically think, I really do. I gotta say.
To be in
I'm
my
super
defense,
proud of
I
you.
have never had him be genuinely interested in a topic one time since I've talked to him like 3 times, 4 times.
True.
So.
CTV, I'm
I
super
think
proud of you. This is the
this
furthest
was-
the self-declared people's champion's ever gotten. In fact, You might
This
be
was
claiming that name with
leftist
dignity.
solidarity at its peak. I'm just saying, like, if I had to split the vote, who's saying what might have happened? But this is leftist solidarity coming through. This right here. This is what it looks like, my friends.
Actually, CTV would have won
That's
if
what
not
I
for Pixel
mean.
Smixel. CTV would have won.
There you go.
That's right. I'm
That's
fucking
true.
based and you're welcome.
That is
Took the
true.
left correlating
You're
together
my
to
Jill
CTV to beat
Stein
you.
right now. Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate the endorsement.
I do what I can
did
for the
try to.
people.
I tried to counter endorse you, and it didn't take.
CTV, how do you feel?
I wonder
Coming
why.
so close and missing by only 10 votes after Pixel Smixel uses her power to get actual Jake over the edge. You seem awfully quiet, which is uncharacteristic of you.
Because I said something nice, disarmed you. No, he's muted. Never
You're-
mind.
no, he's
That's
muted.
just why.
He's
Because he's
muted.
not being quiet. He just was
He's
physically
muted.
incapable of interrupting.
How? Hold on. How about? Hold on. Right? I want to. Hold on.
CTV, you came so close. I'm so proud of you.
I know. I want to make sure that everyone is enforcing of you.
What is that a
Is
word? Enforcing?
Yeah.
Like you build a fort around someone, you enfort them. It doesn't mean things.
So, how's that?
Holy
Fuck you! Yeah! How's that? You fuck you, son of a bitch! You know what?
How
Fuck
about that?
you, actual corn!
That's my
You
Twitter
fuck
handle.
you.
At actual
That is
porn.
his Twitter handle,
That's
yeah.
true. They didn't.
That is his Twitter handle.
Some dude named Actual Jake has been banned for years. They won't give it to me.
That's right. Well, why would they give it to you since it's such a orange fork of a fudge shape?
It is a Sorange Forge. That's true.
Not English.
It's definitely words though, sort of.
Sort of.
So
I'm
CTV,
gonna come back.
This is the furthest a conservative has ever gotten in the quest to get to the Hippy Dippy Championship. Unironically, you were the
What
closest.
if
I mean, you
by
could
a
say John
woman?
Burke or
How
Rob
does it
Knorr
feel?
since they were in the championship. But you are probably the first person through pure people power that has gotten this far.
It's like
People are behind you.
It's honestly, it's a little Trumpian. He didn't really
mean,
have anything to
unironically-
say, but people were like, "I kind of dig it."
No, but yeah.
I mean, it is.
He's just
right.
real loud. I
No,
mean,
you just-
how can you vote against it?
You couldn't get past the final barrier, which was a woman. How do you feel about that, CTV?
Oh wow, wow!
Damn,
You
that's true.
think that a woman is the actual fact, and that's what's funny, right? Is
You
that-
brought up the
actual
topic.
fact.
You said why are women, and you couldn't get past one. Suck
What does that
shit.
even mean?
And that's what's funny.
What does that mean?
You woman!
What
You're
does that
such a weem
mean?
right now? You're such a weem. You're such a weem. Ray,
What's
I have
a
no
weem?
idea
What's a
how
weem?
such of
What's a weem?
It's
What's
a
a
weem.
weem?
It's a
What's a
weem.
weem?
It's a weem.
What's a weem?
Can you just pet that fucking cat? It'll be the first
What's a
interesting
weem?
thing you've done. Jesus
Can we get a
Christ.
weem? Can somebody make me a weem emote, please?
Such a weem.
Can-
Such a weem.
I need a weem emote made.
Can
immediately.
someone?
In weem.
Such a weem. You're being such a weem right now.
All right. Does this
Okay.
mean that I can wield my power to make Destiny unblock me off Twitter or what?
No.
Possibly. I don't know.
I think
Well,
so.
he's never one time just DM'd me. Hey, you want to talk about this? I disagree.
Well,
That
now
would be
he
amazing.
has to. Now he has
You
to.
are an actual fuck. That's why, Jake.
Wait.
He thinks. Look, no.
Yeah,
Jake
I know
thinks
he doesn't
you're
like
an
me.
actual fuck.
Wait, Jake
look,
thinks you are?
No, Destiny thinks you're an actual fuck. That's why he.
That's true.
He fucking deems you as that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, he doesn't like me. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but that's
it's
okay.
true. He thinks you're a fucking bannable fuck, and there you go.
Damn.
A bannable fuck?
Bannable fuck.
Damn. Am I banned?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
CTV, unironically, you're probably one of my favorite figures on this platform.
But I don't know why.
I just am so into him.
It's like pizza rolls. You just eat them because they're there. I don't.
No,
He
it's like,
just-
look,
he
Give
has
you heartburn. You
food.
feel
He
bad.
doesn't know yet,
I could have
Jake.
dumped
He's only
CTV a long time ago for a million different reasons, but I haven't.
Yeah,
because
but
there's
because
something about him, man.
I just don't.
There's something about him.
It's only because I love the fact that Destiny actual Jake fucks like he loves his fuck.
I do love a fuck every once in a while.
No,
That's
but
true.
but
I've been known to fuck.
Destiny does not love you as fuck as shit. He does not love you as fuck.
He's
as
speaking
shit.
facts right now.
That's true. I don't.
You are a
Hey.
dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck.
Should I want him to love me? I
You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. Look, actual Jake, you're a dumb fuck. I don't know
Oh
what to tell
man,
you.
that sucks, man.
Well, if
It
he's a
is-
dumb fuck, you lost to him, sweetie.
No, I won because
No,
I
you-
told the
you
truth.
lost.
No,
But you lost.
He won the moral victory.
You lost. You lost.
Pixel,
You did. You lost. You lost.
Pixel Smixel, I don't know why you bothered turning the trophy fuck, but look, here it is.
Trofumfa.
Here it is.
Oh god, is he gonna say something fucking gross?
Trophy.
Trope.
Loves a fuck. And
The person
and
sitting behind you, you should tell them to call the hospital and pump your stomach.
Our next sub goal is going to be getting CTV into rehab. Okay?
Yeah, I think maybe we ought to consider a little intervention.
Triffany, fuck you. How's that?
Trippany. Who's that?
Oh, you mean
Tiffany.
Tiffany from Politically Provoked.
There you go, Triffany.
Oh, this is a Politically Provoked call out. He's calling out Politically Provoked.
Yeah, you
That's
guys.
who I am.
Chat's asking. Yeah, you can go. I think it's over.
It's over.
You guys are good.
You all have a good one.
Yeah.
See y'all later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Jesus.
I might call you in a sec, actual Jake.
Well, I
okay?
was gonna stay here if you want. I don't care.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh my. Well,
Well,
you're welcome.
there he goes.
Enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Live your.
and
yeah,
she's just gonna end this end
What a
his
wife.
connection.
What a wife.
Yeah, just-
What a wife.
Nope, didn't actually close the thing.
Nope. Uh-oh. I'm
Oh.
stressed, Steve. Are
Okay,
you
this is
stressed?
actually a little
I'm stressed.
stressful.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
stressed. Should we hang up?
I think
should.
it was very nice to speak to you, Pixel. I like you a
Yeah,
lot. Thanks for the
Yeah.
endorsement. Appreciate you.
It's okay. I got you across the line. I'm so glad.
Are you streaming after this, or
Seriously.
are you a little in the wine?
I'll vibe for a little while. You know,
Okay.
try and make $5. But
All right, I'll
beyond that-
probably rate in or something.
Oh, thanks. Well, you did a great job. You did a great job.
Did good.
Oh my God, is he crying? I think he's crying.
Is he?
He's on the floor. He's crying.
Oh, is he actually crying
Oh,
right now?
he's sad. I think his wife is looking after him.
This is now. It feels like voyeurism.
Oh, do we need to hang up?
Do we? I don't even know what to do.
Is this?
Do you?
I think he's crying.
Or he's laughing?
I think he's crying.
Do you want to close
I think
the
it's time
Discord?
to go. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
hang
Okay.
up.
See you later.
Okay.
See you,
Yeah.
see you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Jake.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
I'm gonna hang out in here for a second. I don't know if Dylan's calling here or just